Fucking hell, dude. Hey guys. Well, holy shit. All right, welcome back to the OCE cast, episode 3. We've got some special guests on tonight. We've got Blueprint and Pumps from Honestly, and we're welcoming back Nilesy and Timbo with great demand. So hopefully they can say a few funny words as well. So we're going to let the two boys introduce themselves. Go over to Pumps first. How you doing, Pumps?
Oh, I'm good.
You're on, mate. This is live, by
This
the way.
is live.
Yeah.
You want to give us your roll in raid and stuff
Dude,
like
I'm receiving a drink.
that?
Yeah, we're good. Whoa.
Come on, tell us a bit of what are you doing? In honestly, what are you?
Give us a bit of a
What's the
rundown.
role?
What do I do in honestly?
Yeah.
All stuff, dude.
All the stuff.
Everything.
Don't be shy, Pums.
They are so trash. Have you seen Dorothy? Have you talked to him?
Straight to the topic.
I don't know, dude. I just chill in raid and then we just kill the bosses. That's it.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Last pull of the night, usually.
No, dude, you're the
And
resident problem solver.
sometimes I just whisper people in other guilds and I say, "Hey, you want to join? You know who I am? You know what I want?" They just come. Yoink.
Yoinks, dude. Big fucking yoinks, man.
That's it.
What about you, Mr.
Move over.
Blueprint? How you going, mate?
Hello, boys. I am Blueprint, one of the tanks, and honestly, the Shadow Guildmaster, recently publicized, unfortunately.
Sure.
The risen disciplinarian in the guild. Yeah, I guess it about sums it up in the short term.
Yeah, nice.
Fair enough.
Solid. That was good. See, I respect that.
Yeah,
Much better
that's
than
written
Pumps
down.
already.
We're gonna skip
that-
Nilesy
yeah.
because he's
Damn, you fucking wish, mate.
What?
we're gonna skip Nilesy
you
because
can
he just vaped. So see you later. How you going,
no.
Timbo?
Hey, how you going?
Sweet.
I'm glad you left us with no introduction because we don't need any.
Oh,
so.
we don't
There you
need
go,
all the
look at
regulars.
that.
right?
We're the
well,
regulars, you know.
I mean, sorry. Welcome back, Timbo. You weren't here last week. Sorry about
Why are
that.
you wearing a Navi shirt when it's been a dead organization for the past 6 years?
If I didn't have an expensive floor, I'd pour one out for my homies, but you know,
Dude,
Or
bring
Navi.
me back Bendy, man.
they still have a CS:GO team, so you know.
Yeah, nobody knows about that though. So it's irrelevant, to be honest.
Unfortunately.
Just cracking the fresh tequila. I hope you boys got something straight.
Yeah, I got the hot stuff again.
What have you got? Show me. Show me what you got. The hard stuff.
The
I
hard
not-
stuff.
Oh,
Can you see
fucking
it?
hell.
It's
I can-
Irish.
Magners.
It's Irish.
Orangina
I-
apple? Original
I-
apple. Yeah, I couldn't see the L at the end there.
I'm not Irish, but I
You're
wish I was. Irish, I was.
I don't want to have to kick you both off.
Is,
Okay.
is it
But I
working?
will.
What the fuck?
I'll do it.
Hello?
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
All right. Well, I have a couple questions for you, honestly, fellas. The first one that we have is when you guys started playing WoW, and why do you keep playing WoW? Start with Mr. Pumps.
I was around drinking.
Have a s-
Man, I started playing at the end of vanilla. I was just trash. I didn't even hit max level. Started raiding in BC. Why do I even keep playing WoW? I don't know. YOLO.
Well, that's the same for all of us, though. Hey.
Hey man, I love WoW actually.
Hmm.
I still have so much fun on it. I even just smash 10s of my all the alts. Man,
Yep.
that was fun.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
do you play for the people or for the game still at this moment?
Yeah,
At
what's the
moment, what do
biggest
you reckon?
draw for you to the game?
Ooh, for the people for sure, dude.
Yeah.
Just love the people.
Oh, guild's so good. If the guild died,
Oh, dude, that'll be fucking game over.
oh,
so
yeah, it'd be
quick.
so
Full
sad,
far, dude.
boy.
Yeah, Audis for sure.
Isn't,
Yeah.
isn't that what's been happening?
But
though?
even just the community, dude. I like playing alts in other guilds.
Yeah, when are you coming back to medium? When's the return? We had you in Antorus for a bit. When are you back?
I don't know, dude. It isn't prog in a month.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably what have we got like 4 or 5
And
weeks or so?
we raid like 5 or maybe 6 days on pro.
Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
far
once
out.
you're done with prog, you come out and just make sure that I solidify the
So
the
like,
kill.
After prog, dude.
is that like a
after prog,
second-hand
dude, I want
poach?
to play my.
What is
Dude,
that?
I'm playing my disc. I'm playing my disc, and someone else is gonna tank, and I will
Uh-huh.
heal. I
Yeah, I'm
will
switching
heal.
DPS. We've got 2
Switching
frontline new
heal.
tanks.
Yep, that's
Are
it.
Are you
dude.
actually switching to
Ash players.
DPS?
Yeah, I was
That's
the one
true.
that tank
Really?
next to moment.
Yeah,
Is this
I
for,
was
for
the
main
one
team?
Holy shit.
Yeah, for main prog.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
What do you-
true.
Why the
Guys,
change?
Warlock,
Why?
Peters,
Why?
Healer.
Why? You're two of the most gifted tanks in the world. Why would you change?
Oh, jeez, what are you up
I
to?
mean,
You
the-
trying
the-
to get in their guild or
What?
something, buddy? What the
No,
fuck?
absolutely not, dude.
Yeah,
Nah,
Rowdy
no
boys.
chance.
A bit of butter
Well, I
next to him.
can't.
Dude, I'm
I'm
the
just-
best healer that's ever lived. for
He's not
sure.
wrong. Peter does fucking beast and both
was
Ash
baiting
Flash and
that, by the
Arsenal have constantly been talking about how much they want to tank with the guild for the last
That's true. They love
Two-
tanking. They
2
love-
tiers
is-
now since like halfway through fucking Older Prog.
Yeah.
So they're just
Yeah.
all over it, so they're finally getting a chance.
I mean, tanking is one of those things you're usually forced into doing. Is that what the situation is for you guys as well, or you also genuinely liked it, just giving someone else a shot?
Dude, I love healing.
Yeah, I last expansion tank was a lot more enjoyable than this expansion, so just the kind of
Mm,
desire to go back to DPSing was a lot higher.
I got a question. Okay.
Mm.
Let's say you guys recruit someone who's really good. Let's say you recruit a good warlock. Then they say, "Hey, I want to
That's
reroll
a
mage."
fucking lie. First off,
No,
there's no
it's-
good warlocks. on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
that
game.
happens. That happens all the time.
What I'm saying is, let's say you get them and they're proven themselves as a warlock, and then they want to re-roll, but they don't pick up that new class. What do? If you're stuck with a shit class, you tell them to
You
go back to the
fucking
original
bench
class?
them.
Oh yeah,
So
usually just
regardless-
bench them until like
Yeah, that's honestly it. We don't kick people. You're shit. You get benched, and you quit of your own fucking volition. Just
So you
Yeah.
guys don't have any, I guess, like honor amongst the members. If you stop performing, you're gone. Is that how it works?
depends.
to,
To a
to a
degree.
degree.
Yeah,
like
to a degree.
Runeheel was a really good example, right? So we had a monk named Runeheel he was here
I
prior to me
love
joining the guild,
Rune
and
Heal, dude. I played
had
Dota
only
with
stopped this
yesterday.
expansion. And like he was never part of the main prog team. He was always like a backup prog raider who was always around, who would always get a kill when prog was over, no matter what. And really nice guy. Obviously struggled to some degree as a raider, but there was a certain degree of honor in that situation.
I
Hmm.
love Rune Heal.
It's like that thing where you bench them and just leave them there to leave on their own accord. It's one of those things where it's like a situation for them to also step it back up. Like, do you give them an opportunity again, or is it? Or once
For
again,
sure.
very
There was
situational?
Yeah, like
plenty.
you
there
still
was
get the
plenty of those.
opportunity.
Yeah,
I remember in High Mall, Rune Heal peaked. Dude. He was popping off as a winner. Dude, he was sick. Fucking
Yeah.
tank challenge modes. Rune Heal had world first challenge mode times in Mock.
A fucking beast.
Mop was the
What
best
do you-
expansion pack. I'm glad we can all agree that was definitely the best.
You
expansion
literally
pack.
skip Legion. You're good for nothing.
Yeah,
Rune
no,
Heal.
Nah, Legion.
What a
was-
god. What a
So
I
you
don't-
guys feel like the bench should be used for underperforming players, not
Consistent benching in the sense of like, obviously we have a 25, 26 man roster. So even like throughout prog, obviously take a priority towards what's optimal for the boss or further on prog, but on farm you try to rotate people. But when it's pretty indicative that someone's fucking garbage, they don't really see any time and it becomes obvious quite quick.
Isn't that just
yeah.
kind of going? Isn't that just kind of like avoiding the situation of kicking someone, just doing like a?
Oh, 100 fucking
away?
percent. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an officer, so I get no say in this shit.
Uh-huh.
But they just don't kick cunts.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like if someone's underperforming, how is not letting them in on a boss going to help them improve?
Well, it's like it's about the improvement has to happen on their end and their terms. Like it's you-
Like
you're
they have to
bringing
do the
them in,
research,
but-
right?
yeah,
sort of
like
thing.
you're not
There's
going to
only
sit there
like
and
so much. There's only
Yeah.
so much research you can do, right? Because like before you go on, my idea is you can do heroic and you can orange past heroic and it's no problem. It depends on the raid size, less mechanics, whatever. When you get into mythic, it's a whole new ball game. Like unless they go out and raid on a separate character in a different guild, or you let them go and raid mythic with another guild for a set amount of time, I don't know how they're going to improve it. I'm just curious to how you
Kinda.
guys see that would improve from there.
So you look at it like this, right? So a lot of our gauge for what will happen Mythic Week as far as player priority and such will come from the initial Heroic Week as far as people performing well and mechanics doing good damage, blah, blah, blah. In most cases, if someone blows dick on Heroic Week, chances are
Hydrate, boys.
you've got no fucking time for them come Mythic Week.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, for sure. It's an effort thing for the most part. I feel like just how much time you put in as well. Like it's a different situation for honestly, like our guild sort of thing, where I mean, our bench is there usually for classes, and your bench is there for players, right? You guys have geared ults and all that sort of shit prep for specific bosses and whatnot. So I think they're different, but the same sort of, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Is it? Do you think it's the raiding aspect of the game that's keeping you playing Blueprint as well? There was no raid.
100%.
For
The rest of the game is
sure,
fucking
dude.
dog
Can you
shit.
ask Pumps if he
Oh,
will come
man.
to the heroic cause
Where's
for
the
Ned's
big key
trinkets
push?
after
There was
this?
a times I saw pumps
Smiley
up there.
face.
What's happened?
Mythic Plus is too hard now for us.
It's God. We're banned. We're banned
There was
from
a-
all the tournaments. Why would we play?
Oh, that's true. Wait, I'm banned now though. You can compete now, right? Or is it? It's all done now, right?
I think for the next MDI, maybe MDI 4, whatever the next one is, then we can compete.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because
If
there was
I'm
a
not banned
discussion.
again.
There's a discussion that we had at some point in your Twitch where you reckon you're up there that method. No problem. You reckon you'd be able to smash them nice and easy. You reckon that's still true?
Yeah, I think we would have smashed this MDI.
No.
Really?
There you go.
Fucking JB won the last tournament. That's not saying
JB
much.
won it, dude.
Yikes.
JB was like 8th in like MDI 2.
Mm.
Alright.
And first,
yeah.
okay, yeah, that's a bit. That's a bit rough. Poor JP.
They banned all the good teams, and this MDI was just like, hopefully they fix it,
It was
for
a,
MDI
it
3.
was a
man.
payoff for sure. It was a payoff. They just setting it up, dude. It was a setup from day dot.
While
Yeah.
we're on the topic of MDI, do you guys think it's a success? Because it finished yesterday, right?
No, not
No.
a success.
Didn't even know that
The-
it was.
Well,
the
Didn't
first
even
Yeah.
one-
watch it.
I
Didn't even
mean-
know it finished. Didn't even know who won. Didn't even know
Uh,
the teams, dude.
Who,
Yeah.
who won?
Yeah.
Who won, by the way?
I fucking
Method.
don't know. I didn't watch that
Mythic
shit.
Method.
you
I
EU
heard
or
Method
something?
NA. Method
Yeah.
NA, I thought.
Is that Frag's team? No, Frag's team's Method EU. Yeah?
I don't know. Who knows, dude?
I can't even tell you.
Doesn't
Show. I remember scrolling through it on Twitter and being like, oh, yeah.
MDI is trash.
Do you actually
mean-
feel like? Have you seen the new season 3 affix?
Dude, do
feel
you
like that's-
remember how hype
Beguiling?
MDI 1 was? MDI 1 was
Dude,
the
yeah.
shit.
Well, I remember people were like having it on big screens and shit, and like getting the boys together and having
Yeah,
drinks and
it's
shit.
fucking sick.
And then it was this
Yeah.
season was just like, you watching the MBI? Nah, I think I'm just gonna do my
I
thing.
mean, you pop in, you see Nagura in there for a bit.
No, you
So-
see
so
Nagura.
I see
The rest,
Nagura
I
in
see
there.
the rest of the people there.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
sorry, I
you-
say
you
what's
see
up to
Nagura.
the shiny head boy, and yeah, that's
She
pretty
give you
much
a
it.
wink this
But no,
time?
it was- Nah, she's definitely. We're on the outs at the moment. Let's put it that way.
But do you feel like the failure this season has been because of the imbalance in classes and every team being the same, like being the
Large
same, or
portion, I reckon. Yeah.
the dungeons being boring, the affix being crap? Like, what's the go? Why did
the
it suck?
the dungeons compared to last expansion's dungeons are also just significantly shitter in a whole lot of ways. But
And
there
look-
is zero
Yeah.
viable class diversity in any
It's
capacity.
so
It's true.
boring.
Someone actually linked in a Discord min today the statistics of over 20 keys from Legion and to now, and it was like 70% are resto druids compared to last season where it was like 30, 20, 30.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
And like Prot Warriors as well.
Mhm.
You got a girl in the back there, Pumps, just having a giggle.
Yeah, I don't know. Must
Yeah, I know.
Probably Calipeth.
That's in the chat.
It's just the part when Nagura walks past and Niles is like, friendship with you over. Now Hendris is best friend.
Dude, I messaged her on stream and I was
Made
like,
the
"Oh, how do you
Brownies,
enjoy
man."
Australia and shit?" And she was just not. Yeah, she was like, "I flew 70 hours up and back for a weekend." Like, she was not keen. Bit of respect lost, but okay, what can you do?
You can be honest, Niles. You can just say you donated. You snuck her a cheeky 10. Hopefully, she said your name on stream. You can say.
I
it's
didn't.
okay.
No, I haven't had
Thanks,
to
Hen
donate
Daddy.
anything for her to respond to me in some time. Can we just make that abundantly clear, real quick? Nah, it's good. What do you I missed the part, or I breezed over the part where we were talking about keys. It's a problem with the dungeons. You reckon it's a problem with the current meta as well? Just bouncing back on that real quick.
Meta for sure, dude.
Meta.
Blizzard
anyone?
needs to release patches way faster. Like, look at Prot Warriors. They just shit on every other.
Mm. Do you guys
So
both
busted.
tank when you do keys, or do you do use
I play everything,
you
man.
play
I've
a
got every
plethora of
class.
stuff? Oh, right.
Every class respect.
What's your favorite class to play in keys and spec?
Disc priest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a mistake.
Be fucking
Like,
go.
Disc Disc priest or pro warrior, probably.
What about you,
Pro warrior's
Blueprint?
pretty fun.
I hate fucking keys. Dungeons blow dick in this game. It's the easiest answer I have. My demon
Really?
hunter's more enjoyable to tank on than my paladin, but the class is fucking garbage.
So you would tank
I
on
love my
DH
pally
over
tank.
Pally
Love it.
in raid as
If-
well, or
I would love to play it. Demon Hunter actually feels like a good class to play with the GCD changes that came in this expansion. But even with the buffs coming, it's going to be bottom 2, bottom 3 tank.
Next patch is
Fucking
either
hell.
double brewmaster or brewmaster guardian.
The question is, though,
Maybe
Brewmaster,
proper
Guardians with
ladder.
Dick.
Maybe
The-
proper ladder.
the question
The
I have
one's
is,
always
people will get upset that Blizzard don't do changes fast enough. If they did a complete 180 and started releasing balance patches every week based on what they've seen, like if they see 80% resto druids and go, okay, we're going to nerf resto druids a little bit, would that anger the community more or less than leaving it a whole fucking like 3 seasons with no changes to the meta?
It would severely destroy prog rating guilds. Like it would absolutely obliterate them.
But if it was just a mythic dungeon kind of balance, because someone was saying today that a quick and easy way to at least try to balance the healing thing would be to give every healer a battle res in Mythic Plus. I don't know if you tie it to the neck. I don't know if you tie it to the dungeon itself, like have like a PvP talent thing you can use in dungeons. Do you think that would stop it being 70% resto druids? Because it's hard to kind of disagree that resto, like the battle res is a huge thing, right? Like you see guilds, you see like MDI teams, they'll just sack somebody and then battle res them because it's easier than dealing with a mechanic, like the Severed Axe on King's Rest, for example. Do you think that's something that would swing it, or is it still because resto druids total kit is too strong?
I'm not really sure. I guess a lot of it comes down to just the imbalances are too significant. That minor changes wouldn't be enough of an impact to manipulate that kind of thing. Like the strongest 5-man comp is by such an enormous fucking degree stronger than the second strongest comp that it's just you would have to really break one of the classes in order to stymie that kind of shit.
Yeah. Principles behind Druid are just far too good. Just the way that they work and just everything they got. Their whole kit is just awesome. It's just far, far too good, I think. Yeah.
So if Blizzard can't do changes once a week to balance out Mythic Plus, but they can't take a few seasons off, how do you fix the problem?
You hire more third world fucking GMs in the game.
They just fired a bunch. Feels bad.
Dude, you just do patches way faster. All they need to do is
Yeah.
update the game faster.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all
I mean,
they
they're
need
so
to
fucking
do.
AFK with patches. Right?
How do you leave Prot Warriors in the state they are for like 3 months? You see them and then like the meters, and you're like, oh yeah, we'll just update it in like 3 months, 8.2. It's like,
But they said
Alright.
they also already came out and said they're not going to do big class changes, right? They're going to save that for
like
next
it's
expansion.
8.2 Warriors gutted, man.
Are they?
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
Pro Warrior
yeah.
AoE damage is getting fucking shit reamed.
I mean, it's so
But-
far ahead of the rest, though, right? So it needs
Oh
to
no,
get.
it's necessary.
Yeah, 70% clap nerf, dude.
It's
So
not-
Is that what
It's-
it is?
holy
is it the
shit.
trait or is it the whole clap itself? I didn't
It's
actually
the-
see it.
it's
that's the try.
It's the
Yeah.
trait, but it's like you'll lose
big.
like 25-30% fucking AoE damage.
Yeah, which
that's
is definitely necessary, though, right? But that's the right.
Yeah, I mean the single target impact will be like 11-12% after the second nerf as well, which will kind of put warriors more or less down with every other tank but paladin again.
Yeah.
Dude, big shout out to Helix.
Big fucking Helix coming in hot.
Helix, I watched your Gahoon video and I learnt a lot. Thank you.
I feel like we need to watch the Hellier video together.
How long is it?
I don't know,
Helix.
man. Not long, maybe 10 minutes.
It's like 12 and a half, I think.
Helix,
Fucking hell.
do you use click or mouse overs yet? Please tell me. Please.
He delisted
Oh,
it, dude.
oh, yeah, but we can get it, man. Helix can bless us with it.
Did you message him to come on and watch this? I feel like
No,
you
no, I didn't. He just appeared, man. He
No,
was,
I tagged him in like half
oh,
an
you
hour.
pinged him? Nice.
What do we reckon about this vote in the middle, Hendris? Huh?
Oh, the best tank spec.
Is that
Well,
a meme?
that's
Yeah.
Well, the community has spoken. I guess Druid
Who
is.
voted?
We had
15
15
votes,
people voted, dude. You can
I
still
don't-
vote, I guess. Right
it's,
now.
it's a live update, right?
It is
there
a
we go.
live
It's going
update.
up. They're just gonna pump Druid,
Druid-
now, even more.
Druid coming in strong. No idea why. Very. It must just be the insane toolkit they possess, especially
Druid
this
is
season.
insane, dude. You know, you pop out, you swift mend your boys, you don't vote
Who's
5,
this
mate.
fucking?
Vote
Who's this nice like guy beaming in Twitch chat? We had this fucking
Dude,
garbage ass warlock who tried
you
to get a
must
raid.
rise to 100%, boys.
Wow.
All the times those druids have B-res.
The rotation for Druid tank starts with stealth. That's what I've heard.
Think
it's
about
not
when
new.
you're some dumb cunt dude and the druid iron barks you, you're like, oh, thanks, bro.
He's doing his part.
Oh fuck.
Druid.
You want the Druid? You're a Druid main, aren't you? You live that Druid life.
Yeah, dude, fuck druid.
Yeah,
Lives and
I
dies
remember.
by the bear.
Yeah. How long
I
before you started
love-
bringing it to main raid? Be honest.
Next patch is my ult, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
hell.
I'm going
So you've been keeping it.
Brewmaster druid.
Far out.
Mhm. What's next? What have we got?
Well, we've got Life in a
I'm going
WoW.
Disc Priest. Arsenal's playing Brewmaster. Flash is going to be Guardian Druid. And Sep's going to be Warlock. He's going to dump.
Are you jumping on the Warlock?
What?
That was a
That's
fucking
it.
warlock main for a long time.
Really?
Oh yeah. Is that what you're playing next year?
Fucking forever, right?
Forever. Wow.
Far out.
Yeah.
Sep's a rank 1 Warlock.
What did you guys
Rank one.
do?
Big fucking.
And then Techniques recruited it.
Free tech. Free tech.
The techniques paid to faction and realm transfer both my paladin and my warlock.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking wizard got me into honestly. Shit was fire.
God,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yikes.
he did. Tech Snake. The ultimate Tech Snake. He's in it till the end, boy.
He's around, isn't he? He's
Doing the Lord
going.
work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going doing the Lord's work. Fuck it up. That's
Bruce, dude, he's
what else have we got to chat about here? What's there?
I wanted to ask you two about before you joined Honestly, what you guys did in WoW. If you played WoW before then or whatever. So obviously you were playing in vanilla pumps when you were 15.
Oh man, I raided from BC till now. Yeah, I have all the guilds. I got world first, so world 10th, world 2nd. Now we average like world 15th. We're doing pretty.
What was the guild that you were in World Fest with?
Man, what was it called then? Was it a depth then?
No, that was back before I was a dude, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm drawing blanks.
Was it
now.
Tsunami?
It wasn't Tsunami. Before that, it's really far back.
Not
Oh.
Tsunami.
Iron Thieves.
No, Sit Up was
Mm.
after Tsunami, wasn't it?
It was a
Good on.
garbage Obsidian Sanctum joke boss, dude.
Oh, is
And-
that what you got your world first on?
Still counts,
yeah,
dude.
it was a joke, and we
Does
got
that-
like
does
world.
that count? Does
Oh,
that-
no, it doesn't.
It's
It
better
doesn't
than World
count.
First. It's the never World
So I
First.
was like,
at all,
"What do you
know?
mean?"
It's
It,
true,
it was,
it's
a
true.
joke. Yeah, but it was fun, and we got like world like 3rd or 10th Lich King and 10-man. Like, oh
That's-
man, we had fun.
That's good.
It was good being all those guilds, but man, I wasn't.
You guys have got a pretty enjoyable atmosphere here, raiding in. Like you guys obviously do really well and whatever else, but
We're in fun.
it's heavy on the bants and quite enjoyable.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not
Good.
bad. Not bad.
Not
It's,
for
it's it's a mixed bag. You have fuckwits like Arsenal who just everyone. with your
Someone
face.
ask Matt how enjoyable it is, man. He likes
Oh,
his own-
why did we bring it up?
Big Matty
Wait, what?
boy. I love Matty boy, dude.
Ah,
Dude,
we
Matt,
need
Matt
a
is
drink.
one of the most fucking insecure little gay cunts. I've
Drink
met in
it
my life.
up, dude.
Oh, you can't drop that, dude.
Man, if you
You know,
Yeah,
we
Matt.
literally said a person named Matt.
Yeah,
You know
It's,
who the fuck
it's
I'm
fine.
talking
It's fine.
about?
It's fine though. It's fine.
I love Matt.
Jeez.
Only the forward guys.
Let's move on, huh? Let's jump onto
Well-
another topic.
Um,
What else have we got?
How did you guys tackle BOD? Like,
Preparation wise.
time wise,
No.
like how many days did you guys raid during prog and stuff like that?
We rated our regular schedule throughout prog, but as far as prep, no meme, you do 0 prep now that Guild stream prog.
Oh,
Yeah,
Like
true.
it's like it's fucking hysterical. You have to do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, why put in hours and hours of work when you can just watch someone
Yeah,
do it
precisely.
themselves
We do
before
no
you even
beta
start rating?
testing,
Yeah.
man.
Not
Zero
to mention
beta.
like method's a really good example of this, right? People look at method and take what they see them doing as fucking gospel when it comes to things like
Mm.
that. And so it's like the more time you invest in watching certain things like that go wrong, the worse it ends up being though. Like people are being
Unat.
like, oh, you need
Unat is a
fucking
great
you
example.
need a fucking dozen warlocks for this boss. Yeah, give me that 3 warlock world first.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
to be fair,
Warlocks on
wasn't it?
Unat are trash, dude.
Wasn't
I'm
it?
throwing
Limit,
it out there. Hot. take.
wasn't Limit doing a certain strategy?
They're doing the
And
shaman strat.
method. No, this is for
Shaman
Jaina. For
strat
Jaina.
was
For Jaina.
God.
And
Limit
Method was the
Limit
one-
have the shittest fucking strats you'll ever see.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I think
Yeah,
the method one ended up being the one that prevailed, right? And everyone started copying that. Like
Wasn't
the,
their opulent
Normal
strat really
Omnisaur.
good?
Opulence is a joke boss. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, I think it's well.
Well,
Blood
it
was
was
a
like
it was a one
20
boss
points,
tier,
20
right?
points.
Like,
was the one
20
boss tier.
It was just Jaina.
It was just yeah, but I mean, it's you watch it, you take what you want from it, take the good, deal with it the way that you can with what you've got, sort of thing. But like, yeah. Well, what about Geez, I had a train of thought here at some point. Don't know where I was going with it.
Jaina was trash.
Jaina was
a
trash.
shit
You didn't
boss.
like
How did you guys handle Jaina?
Dude, remember that? Did anyone else do that thing where you like ranked all the like raid like S to like B tier?
I
Yeah,
watched
yeah,
Asmund
yeah.
Gold do it.
Right. Dude, fuck. Bod was like an F.
welcome
you
to
like
Watch
that?
Mojo with
Bod was
your
garbage.
Mojo.
I
Comes to
think
Blueprint.
Boz was an but Cos was fucking like A or S tier, dude. That was
Yeah, wow. I mean,
I
I'm
was
enjoying.
cut-
Blizzard knows how to do small tiers like really fucking well.
Mhm.
Both
Yeah,
Tov and
hell
Cos are
yeah,
absolute
yeah,
fire.
exactly. Those tiers were amazing at cutting edge.
Interesting. I
Have you
actually
guys-
like.
sick.
I don't know. Was Bod terrible because it was too easy, or what? Did you just not like the encounters themselves, or?
It was like what 200 pulls or so. The rest were like less than 12.
Yeah.
The problem is like Blizzard's so apprehensive about putting in real DPS checks and shit that it's just like these bosses are just minor mechanical twists until they
Remember
fucking die.
Guam, dude? Guam was so nicely
Well,
as
it's
like a
like-
DPS check.
It's like fucking Fetid, and then they gutted it
Fetid-
like 3 days
Fetid
in.
was
Fetid
great.
was a really good check, and then they just destroyed it 3
Fetid
days
was
in.
awful.
So
It
every
wasn't
time
Wasn't
wasn't
people kill it.
Fetid like basically impossible in the first iteration?
No, the first iteration was fucked, so they had to nerf the ad health by like 60% or something.
Fetid was
That
where
point, yeah, it
Helix
was
peaked,
absolutely
dude.
fine. And from there on, it was great.
Fetid Helix video. The nerd screams in our Fetid video were mids, dude.
Oh, fuck it, that was so
They
fire.
were great, dude. That's a nice like 15 seconds.
Way
Well, how-
better
Although
than
would
there
you-
most
could
of it.
be some
Some
TOS
bad
shit.
words. Yeah. Okay.
The question is though,
No.
how would, as a developer like Blizzard, how would you balance a rating counter so it's difficult enough to keep the 1% like you guys engaged, but still doable for the rest of the people? Because I mean, the game doesn't survive based off 1% of the players, right? Like the casual guilds need to be able to kill opulence. They need to
Oh,
be,
yeah, of
be able
course.
to kill Grong, Fetid.
Mm.
How would you do it? Would you bring in some kind of system, like if a guild's been in BOD for 1 week, they still get like a buff that generates over time, or how would you balance it so
Like the
everyone's
Lich,
happy?
King thing where they did the
Well, it's just-
5%.
It's just progressive nerfs to it, right? So it's
Yeah.
like you shouldn't say any sweeping nerfs to bosses that are in a quote unquote killable state week 1, regardless
Yeah.
if they're like a 700
Exactly,
pull
with
fucking
that,
end
dude.
game.
I'm so with
But is
Like
that just a hard ball, like just a time gating it sort of thing till you get more
Yeah.
gear the following week or whatever?
Well, I think the
Uh,
first Fetid was like someone worked it out. You need like 53k of damage.
Oh no, like
on
you
each person, right?
genuinely could not
Dude,
kill.
Kiwi is
Yeah.
right. Just nerf the
Massive.
bosses after a week. Do not nerf them midweek.
Mm.
Like,
After
like,
a
so-
week nerfs, that's it. Only
So yeah, after
Tuesday.
the first nerf, Fetid was I think 2 guilds killed Fetid after the very first nerf. Oh
Mhm.
sorry, no, sorry, there was us and 3 other guilds that killed it after the first nerf. And then there was a 5% health nerf, right? And then it was just a joke. because
Mm.
then the DPS
Yeah.
check became a laugh from that point. So I was like,
Well, I
who
mean,
gives a
that's
fuck?
probably the easiest way to make it more accessible for the average guild is not have like you have even if you have a decent DPS check there, they can focus much more on doing the mechanics and not having to do
Yeah, of course.
like,
But
yeah,
that's,
so-
that's the problem, like those nerfs came in far too quickly, and it's just. Don't be wrong. I expect that the first tier of any expansion is inherently going to be easier than the medium for the expansion will, just because you have to learn new classes or new builds, new playing, whatever. But
yeah.
the tuning on that entire raid was just fucking off.
What do you guys? What are your takes as someone who did push Jaina really early about this heavy-handed nerf they did for the Jaina? Because I thought the first Jaina nerf that made sense because everyone was changing to troll just to get the stacks to drop off. But the one when a certain developer, like a lead developer of WoW, got up to Jaina,
You mean
then
it has a
all of a sudden
Costas watcher?
where
No,
they
we had a
they
few
gutted the
nerfs.
boss. No, but
Yeah.
I feel like that last nerf gutted the boss. I hate it.
Absolutely.
I hate the fact
It's
that you
it's
cut
a
lead for it. It rustles my jimmies. It doesn't affect me at all, but it rustles my jimmies that they
yeah.
gutted that boss so hard.
Yeah. The
I mean, I'm
kitties on the
glad they
main
did.
screen.
Dude, I fucking hate Jaina. Like I hate Jaina with a passion. I'm glad they
But do you
destroyed
feel like they should still give CE based on those kind of heavy nerfs?
Yeah, probably. I mean, CE is
mean-
kind of worth fucking nothing, right?
Yeah.
It's the famed Slayer chase now, isn't it? Like that's the
I feel
real.
like it's-
Yeah, the famed Slayer case. Go Alliance and you get 6 months to kill a fucking boss.
Yeah, well, but that should change, right? Or is it just Alliance guilds that have been
Why would
swapping
it-
over
why
to?
would it change?
Sorry, Oceanic that's been swapping over to
Oh, yeah.
Alliance.
Yeah,
No, that's
I mean,
true.
if people actually want it, they'll go for it. But it's just it's
Yep.
another really redundant title. It serves
Yeah.
no purpose.
Yeah. So Horde sided means value, Alliance sided still relatively as you're going, but yeah.
Have
I
you
mean,
guys
what-
looked
what gap in
into?
between-
Said in chat.
Have you guys looked into
Plus-
the new raid that's coming out soon? Looked into it at all, or you guys kind of
Very
just waiting?
little.
Very little.
Visually, it looks awesome, but I haven't
Mm.
really looked at any of the encounters besides Ashara.
I've heard it's a
don't
one boss
watch.
tier.
Yeah, don't watch
Ooh.
Preacher's video. Don't watch
Yeah.
Preacher's video.
I
Dude,
mentioned
I
like,
use preachers
sounds good.
videos fucking gospel.
I mentioned
Really?
Preach and someone's like, don't watch
Oh,
Preach.
of
Preach
course
is garbage of
fucking
the
not, he's a
game.
stupid cunt.
Fucking hell.
Jeez.
What do you
But-
think about?
Everybody just face pause
I
and
think-
fucking Blueprint has it go.
What do you? Have you looked at the essences? You obviously look. Everyone's looked at essences, right?
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually not in the fucking slightest.
Oh, you actually
yes,
haven't?
and I have not looked at essences either. Fuck them, dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
when
I
it's
watched
like a week from them being out, I'll have a fucking gander. Until then, there's no point.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, it's like the first iteration of the essences when they came out. I had a look, and it's like, oh, cool. These are the Warlock ones, and I don't think I've looked at them again since
They'll
then.
probably get changed, dude. The Brewmaster one is so insane, it doesn't even make sense.
Well, that's what happened in
Probably
like the first week of the PvP one, right?
It's gonna be not single target. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, I remember looking
Like
at the
the
Brewmaster
pit-
one actually. That was fucked.
The PvP one that came out, like
Mhm.
everyone looked at that and was like, okay, there's no point playing anything but a Disc Priest. And then in classic
Disc
Blizz
Priest,
fashion,
Brewmaster.
in
Yeah.
classic Blizz fashion, they changed premonition from like everyone nearby you, and they capped it out at 3 targets, and
That's
they
'cause
reduced the
they-
duration of it. And
they
they just like,
fundamentally
one would
want
do
the
that.
PvP ones to no longer really be used in PvE by the looks of the changes. Like they all
It's-
got made
Yeah,
so
I
fucking
agree.
useless for PvE rating.
It started out a pretty sick idea. Like I saw that when they
It would
announced
be
it, I was like,
nuts.
oh
yeah, it
man,
would be-
that's gonna be cool. But then you realize so quickly that they don't have the time or resources to balance that shit out, man. Because some of them were just fucking retarded and like ridiculous. Like for example, Hunter one, they're like, yeah, all 3 hunters get the same thing, and that's what are you gonna do about it? Because everyone gets the same. And Rogues,
I
the same.
know is
Rogues
I
all got
get-
the same.
2 seconds longer on my horse as a tank, and it's fucking garbage.
Rogues got smoke bomb. All of them.
Dude,
Sick.
Smoke Bomb's fucking fire.
They're all allowed to
Well-
have smoke bomb. Aren't they all happy?
We'll honestly have a classic guild. I see
We'll-
that in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, 100%, and I'm the leader. Of
Is that where all the bench players are coming in?
100%, I am the leader of our classic. It
There is
will be
quite
great.
literally 0 chance we'll have a fucking classic guild.
I am
You get
going
to
to
push the world
slam
first,
in
though.
our classic.
World's
What?
first molten core done in hours.
As someone who
I might
raided
be
in
going
classic,
for world first.
I don't know.
Level 60.
What'd you play in classic?
I mained a warrior until the start of Wrath from all the way from vanilla.
Oh, far
Mm.
out. What made
Warriors
you
gonna
swap
be
in
good.
Wrath?
So I quit at the start of Wrath because I got some garbage fucking computer with an onboard graphics card that literally couldn't render the game. So then when I came back a couple months later, my guild had fucked off to another server and they looked for healer. So I went Holy Paladin.
Holy Paladin.
The old
It
H
was
Pal.
real
Hey,
That's
I played H Pal in ICC. It was fun as fuck.
wasn't that
Well,
just
fucking-
spam one thing? Like you
Yeah, if that's
Yeah.
how I remember
Oh, wow.
healers.
Spam
fun,
it,
fun.
spam flash a light, and then divine plea and just wait. And then
Mana
do it
wasn't
again.
even a
Oh, the
priest
mana.
source,
Yeah,
dude.
that's right. You just spam divine play on cooldown.
He was a fucking energy bar, dude.
I remember doing the EGDKP runs where you did it for gold, like you brought the
Yeah, I
buyers.
remember
and you-
doing that as well.
Dude, I did like 4 characters.
Yeah,
Great
yeah, I remember
expansion.
bringing my ults through that and carrying it. It's good.
Oh, you
Only the-
carried it, huh? Just throwing it. You
The
carried it.
ICC ones. were-
Well, that was the good day. That was when
That was.
the gold DKP thing really blew up, right? That was when it was just
Yeah.
really
Everyone
big.
remembers that day when they got like 4 Deathbringers will dropped in the same run. You love to see
Shout
it.
out to Ash Flash in the chat. Honestly, his new main tank. Well, son.
still, the odds is big enough to
Yeah,
carry.
Ash
it.
and ours, I'm sure.
Fucking beat him.
I'm still not certain if you're actually legit on the tank swap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ash and
Yeah.
ours. Ash is
Like-
playing Bear, man. He's gonna.
Aren't
slap.
you like you guys are the duo, man? You guys are the.
No, dude.
other,
Ash
you
and
know-
ours are the combo.
Oh.
I will carry our healers. I will solo heal.
Holy fuck.
God,
So
That's
you guys
on
are going
priest or
alliance.
resto? Did you say?
disc priest.
Disc priest.
Mm.
Alright. What do you guys think about the like bans / like toxicity of OCE? What do you
Right.
think?
Couldn't even finish that
Does
sentence.
it-
without smiling hand
does it
emoji.
exist?
Couldn't even finish it.
Does it exist?
It super exists, dude. It's awesome.
I don't know if the toxicity does like the toxicity. part-
Oceanic's the
weird, right?
best.
Like
yeah.
it's all levels of bans. Toxic doesn't exist. You just gotta be
Dude,
notified.
No,
Everyone
no,
knows
there is
everyone.
definitely a toxicity point. There's a line where people are just
Alright.
cunts and not bans anymore, you know?
Give an example.
Oh, I mean,
I-
that'd totally be against TOS.
Mm.
No, but
I mean-
genuinely speaking, like Aussie bands, like NZ Aussie bands, whatever you want to call it, fantastic. I fucking love it to bits. I couldn't be happier with it. But there's just that line where just people are just being cunts and not actually banting. Like,
Oh, that's
troll funny
100%
sort of thing.
true, dude.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's-
Fuck no, dude.
dude,
it's all,
remember
it's all bans.
shapeshifting?
No, dude, it ain't so. God, I swear, I hope that cunt's got his fucking back fixed.
Blueprint called me a shit healer. I reported him.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
Oh, you go.
go for it.
No, you.
No, I had
I,
nothing.
I respect what you were about to say because it would have been better than
I
mine.
genuinely forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just
I
trying to-
love shapeshifty.
in terms of like rating and stuff like that with honestly, when do you feel that like honestly like peaked on the like on like WoW prog and whatnot, or do you think you're peaking now? Or
Hellier was fun.
Hellier was a weird
What's the
one.
best?
With tech.
Yeah. You know, it's weird because it's something like Guam. Like Guam was so nice.
Hmm.
Yeah, dude,
Guam
my
was
favorite part of
great.
Guam was fucking Teak asking 3 times a pull how long on Kiwi's true shot.
Yeah,
I wanted to
that's it,
fucking
dude.
hang myself every pull with that shit.
Gets absolutely domed in deeps. Comes like where I am.
Slack a
I'm
legendary.
trying to
bro,
look on
you
WoW Prog and
understand.
go through your ranks.
Like,
Honestly,
Gua-
ranks, but it's
I
down
mean,
at the moment.
Guam was
Guam-
super. I mean, we
Guam
got
was
world
third, I think.
third. World third in Guam. We almost had world fifth in Hellier.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Peter dragged
no.
the boss out of range.
I dragged the
Petey.
boss. I dragged Hellier away. It was rough.
No good. What are you drinking there, Pete?
What am I drinking?
Yeah, what's the drink?
Lot of tequila and whatever's.
Nice, dude. I'm on that Yosei as well. Don't worry, bro. Oh, what else? What else is there? Wait, give us an honestly story, huh? Give us a.
Helix.
This one time after Unat, we were. Let's not go there.
fucking hell.
No, the Helix story. You
no.
mentioned it.
Oh
That
yeah,
was-
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you started it, but we said we better not use all our content up. And
I'll
shit
give you the
before we
Ash Flash
start.
story before Helix stories.
Okay.
All
My
right.
first raid tier was I joined at the end of BF fucking whatever it is, Blackhand. And first raid tier was
Blackhand.
HFC. So we were 2-3 months into prog. I hope Ash is watching this because he's gonna fucking kill himself. So we were like 2-3 months
In game TOS.
Yeah, something like that. It was like 2 or 3 months into farm, and I was on my paladin at the time, and I made him quit the guild because I one-shot his hands, so he couldn't get a DPS pass. He literally quit the fucking guild.
Yikes! And that's it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the story. Ash Flash is the most beta little fucking cock you'll ever meet in your
That's
life.
true.
But tell me the healing story. I wanted to hear it. That sounded pretty good. If you remember,
The Helix story's so long.
is it though? Oh,
The healing story
Yeah.
spans damn near 2 whole expansions.
We got time.
It's so long.
we've got
where
plenty
did-
of time. Nowhere to be.
I
Mm.
feel like we have to watch the Helix like Archimond video or the Helio one to truly understand.
It's
The
the
Archimon
clicking
video
he
was
listen?
a fucking abortion, dude.
Maybe he did
Fuck.
listen.
Yeah, he said he did before.
Mm.
But maybe he will gift us. What about techniques?
Oh
What a
god,
great topic.
Jesus.
The fucking tech stories, Jesus.
free tech.
That's been going for a while.
Oh, dude, the text, I don't know, it's a lot of shit.
Techniques came from the slums of India.
Was it the slums of India? Was it Abu Dhabi or Dubai?
Wasn't it Dubai? I
Yeah,
thought-
I heard
No,
that's what I
heard.
it was
I remember
India.
watching some sort of video that was like someone's brother or something streaming it or some shit. I can't remember. I remember watching
yeah,
that.
it was Tech's brother talking to one of the raiders,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
fuck, I don't remember which guild, and hearing a shit out.
Hmm.
What's his brother's name again? He's on Frostborn, right?
Sean Mascarenas.
But his brother, I don't think he raids, I don't think he plays anymore. I'm not sure though.
Oh, I don't think he does.
Ceres, that's right.
Lol.
Ceres.
Ceres. Hey,
You've been rating honestly for a while now, though,
Thanks.
right? You guys both, like
Peter
sex.
predates me by a while.
Oh man,
like years.
When did you guys start? When did it honestly open up? When
Yeah. Shar of Fear, Shar of Pride. What was the one in the early?
Fear.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
and
I
like
remember
Queen
the kill video of that.
Queen Empress. Who did I used to tank with? I used to tank with Raxt.
No, you were a hunter back then, weren't you, for Shixer and Shah?
No, I did tank with Rax though. Yeah, I was a hunter. Yeah, I joined hunter. It's funny because I joined honestly on my hunter who was like 20 item levels less than the hunter they had, and I don't know, they were just missing a player, so they got me. And I absolutely shat on the hunter. Like I did like 50% more damage than him, even though I was 20 less item levels. I did one boss, and they kicked the hunter and replaced him. And then I was an
Yikes.
officer, but I was an officer by the end of that tier.
Yeah, it's
Holy
toxic,
shit.
Peter.
so what's the official like? Who started the guild? Like who's the
Who
official
started the
GM?
guild? I mean, you'd
Who's
have
the
to check.
official raid leader? Like what's
Dorothy
the?
is the GM, and he
So
is a
he-
great GM.
He
was
didn't
fun.
start the guild though. Dorothy got given GM, didn't he?
Yeah, he got given GM, but they were garbage. It was just like a name.
Oh yeah, they were fucking monkeys.
Ah, okay. So it was
Me and Dorothy completely made the guild. As soon as I became an officer, we went from like world 500 to like world 100 in one expansion, like maybe one tier.
Ah,
It
the
was
tech
one
effect. I've heard about that.
the tech
I didn't even fucking.
We went from like world
who Dorothy
500
was
to
when I
like
first joined.
100, then 40, then like 10, and it was like, all right.
Yeah.
With that said, how do you guys break up the responsibility? Do you have someone that focuses on recruitment, or do you guys not even have to worry about recruitment because people come to you? Is that something? Is that a benefit of being?
I
It's
think
a bit of both.
Boo's primarily focused on it, but the problem is with like the Oceanic player pool, there's kind of not a tremendous amount of unknown good players at this point.
Yeah.
So it's like if there's someone that we want, chances are they've been approached.
Booze, Tech, yeah. Tech
you-
was a
you-
good recruiter.
You hit them with the you know who we are. I'm not going to
No.
waste my time here.
I
Trust
usually
the- trust
recruit
the
all
business
I've got
the
what you
guy,
want,
dude.
baby.
I mean, the problem is like most people who even contemplate joining are fucking scared, which is natural because it's like, well, you know, they go from a guild where they're a sort of big fish in a small pond to coming to here where they'll just get shit on by players. You don't have a guaranteed raid spot, that kind of thing.
How do you guys deal with trials? Do you bring them in for farm bosses? Do you Just fit them
Yeah,
in
we
when you
bring
can.
them in
or-
for
I thought you were
everything.
gonna say bring him in for fun, and just laugh at him or something. That's what you were gonna say.
We just
You
bring them in
Toxicity
in
in
replace of
OC.
like we bring
Yeah.
them in replace of like a buyer, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter what they do.
Mm.
And a lot of it just comes down to like, even before the play aspect comes in, like the trials meshing with the environment or the rating environment comes in first.
That's 100% true. Who
Dude,
got
you-
crashed recently?
Dude, fucking Kira, like we had this mage who joined us, literally got called a dickhead by Nibra and had a fucking mental breakdown and had to leave over it.
That guy could have he had potential, but oh man, he got
Yeah, but he was a
slammed
fucking
so
mob.
hard.
Literally gets
Yep.
called a dickhead and just fucking breaks.
So
Yeah,
what do you,
man.
when you come with talking about trials, how do you guys weigh them up? Do you give them chances? If they fuck up, let's say you bring them on stockade, everyone fucks up, right? You sometimes your brains
Wait,
on the
what's
hit by
stockade?
Oh, sorry, storm blockade.
Dungeon and
Stockade?
so,
Okay.
Fuck.
Let's
Yeah,
say,
we
let's say
take him through
Bring him
stockade.
to the stockade.
OC first strategies.
Can
Don't
we
worry.
beat Hogger?
Let's say blockade. Okay, you bring him in, they get hit by a swirl. Is it trial
That's
fail?
pretty noob, but I mean, no, it's not trial failed. No.
I think first week,
First week,
you can make
everything
it
is
bigger.
fine. Yeah, everything is fine first
So you
week.
have a
'Cause people
2-week
are
trial
nervous,
period, or
man.
No,
People
we
are
have a
nervous
long period.
unless they're like really obnoxious. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
We don't usually get that. Like
No, we
even
rarely get
people
that
who come here
anymore.
with an ego, like this guild,
They're gone, dude. Egos
really,
are crushed.
like
man.
really high caliber players. So you realize really quickly that you're not a fucking big deal.
Yeah, like in your
So
guild,
you
you're
just-
probably topping by a lot. You join here and you're like 10th, and you're like, what?
What the fuck's going on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd bring you back down pretty fucking quickly for sure.
Dude, you know who would destroy if he joined? That demon hunter Cuddles. Like, he joined Vehemence.
Oh, I think I've heard of Cuddles.
Hey!
He's probably the best demon hunter in OC, right?
Dude, my favorite
Yeah.
part is that clip of him being like, "Oh, I don't know why ethical
Mm.
declined me. I don't know why honestly would I."
Yeah, why
Probably
did I
because his
do that?
logs are fucking garbage. Might be an indicator.
That's funny, dude.
Oh man. I like how we go from. So, what are your comments on the toxicity in OC scene?
No,
What toxicity?
That
10
guy's
minutes
a fucking
later.
shit cunt, dude.
5 minutes
There's-
later.
There's nothing
Cuddles is
toxic about that.
literally no name in like the top tier rating. No wonder ethical declined him. We didn't even know who he was. We just like seen clips of him be like, "Oh, break one or shit." No one does it plus, dude.
Have you
I
ever
just don't understand.
have you ever had like a trial come in and just fucking thrash everybody, or has that like never happened, or like do well, like top 5?
Yeah, dude. Ash Flash was sick. Ash Flash,
Ash
shout out.
genuinely is.
Arsenal
is
was
a
sick
fucking
too.
fire player.
You know, Arsenal, he apped on our website, and then we declined him, and then
he
just,
weased
like,
his way in through
expert-
helping
he
sales.
experted anyway, and then he came to like a sale run and did a lot of deeps, and they were like, "Oh, all right, you know, we recruited." Flash has been here for like 4 years, dude. So it's pretty funny. We declined him. He just comes to a sale. That's it, dude. It's like you get a Ash Flash and Arsenal, new tanks next tier. There you go.
Still
Fucking
not sure. if
the
serious
dream
or just
team
big
coming
troll.
fucking
Dream
true
team.
finally. Dude.
I feel like you just I
What
feel it'll
sort
be
of-
one pull and then back to usual.
Yeah.
That's what
fuck no,
I have
dude.
this. I have
You
this
can't
weird
kill
feeling.
it, swap back, boys.
Yeah.
Fuck. What sort of a fucking like schedule are you boys on to be rating the way you guys do, or do you like take time off, or
We're
what
at
do you?
20 hours, man.
No meme, like this is no bullshit. The first time since hell yeah this guild has ever done a day raid.
Yeah.
Ever done
And
it?
we
Oh,
did
what?
it.
Day raid?
Our raid hours are so
We
Yeah.
literally
All
we
the
did it
way
Anzac.
through.
Yeah, we did it on Anzac Day just because
Mm,
No, we
it
did it
coincided
to
with
do,
the
yeah.
release for the first time. Fucking
Yeah.
everyone had the day off. We're all like, let's just raid, dude. The raid's coming. And it was fun. And Meod came, dude. Meod, a bench veteran because he's an IRL
fucking
man. now.
bench veteran.
Oh, but I love Meod. And he came and he played fucking Shadow. Oh, such a good boss, man. What a good.
I remember you telling me something that you guys pushed real hard on KJ or something, and
KJ was the worst boss I've ever done. Easy.
What are you
really.
talking about, dude?
Why?
Pinger was
And
fucking
we can
fire.
watch the Pinger video, and I
Pinger,
love
I've seen the
Pinger.
Pinger. The Pinger video is great. Yeah, that's great.
That,
He
he
PvPs
is
now or something, doesn't he?
so bad. He's the worst person ever, dude. But I fucking
Oh my
love,
god.
No,
I
he's not wrong.
love him so
Ping-
much.
Pinger's mindset
And
is so
everyone
ass
hates
backwards,
it.
man.
Everyone hates him, but I love him.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
I'll be
fair
honest,
enough.
Peter. I don't
love
think he
smashing
feels
him
the
in
same.
Abu. Yeah, he might not. I ruined his rating for him.
I have a question actually.
Jesus.
How's the Oceanic competition? All bullshit aside.
Non-existent.
Oh, no.
Non-existent.
Absolutely
is.
non-existent for
So
so
ethical.
long.
So
dude.
if we've got like
What
honestly
happened after
here,
KJ, right? Didn't Ego
where's
just
ethical?
end
Like
and-
where are we talking here? Like you can tell me where to stop if you want.
Alright, say we average world 15th, ethical will get, I'd say world
like
30th
30th?
next tier.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
they look
30th.
better this tier because of the timing of the nerfs on the boss and just being
Yeah,
destroyed.
they killed it straight after, didn't they?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
got nerfed, and they're like, "Oh, we killed it really fast." It's like, yeah, that boss got guarded, man. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
the biggest nerf.
Like
That was the biggest nerf I've ever seen a boss ever get hit.
What was
our
the
Jaina rekills now take longer than Unart.
How
Hands fucking
Jaina
down.
is
Wow.
so bad. It's so hilarious because Jaina.
I don't think it's
You're
just us,
probably-
Peter. Like
What?
I watch Vodka's farm.
really they fucking
They
Jaina.
randomly spend 2.5 hours on Jaina. Like
Wow,
what?
that's rough. That's,
Jaina is the worst, dude. F tier. F tier. I told you, dude. That
The
right?
hardest boss this game has ever fucking seen.
She sucks, man.
Hendris, you need to learn from this. And next time you get a guest on, ask some questions beforehand, and then like midway through a rant, be like, "Hold on, we got a special caller from Ethical. It's the raid leader from Ethical."
Dude, I love Ethical.
that'd
I
be
said
awesome.
Ethical is the best Oceanic guild, Oceanic second guild.
Guild.
There's been a lot of Oceanic seconds to us, dude, and I love Ethical. They're my
Okay.
favorite.
that's good. They love to
love to
come
hear
in
it?
here and they'll love to hear that
Yeah,
for
dude,
sure.
they're the
I'm sure it's
best.
already being clipped as we speak.
Yeah, for
Dude,
sure.
the other
Yeah,
night,
for
I was just
sure.
running around Borealis Harbor for like 5 hours talking to the Ethical boys in my stream chat. That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a bunch of good lads.
Yeah,
man.
they definitely like that. They like the bands. They love to come in here, and there was a point I
It's
reckon where
awesome.
I'd just be sitting in Borealis, and it'd be either Ethical or Crimson coming up to me, just asking, "Hey,
Dude,
plum the
entropy
cast. What
was-
are you doing
Oh,
again?"
yeah.
Sort of shit.
Yeah.
I had
And-
that. I don't know about you, Hendris.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got that as
Yeah.
well.
There was a point where I was being followed around in Borealis, just being trolled by those blokes. But
It's always
yeah,
when I'm
Any of
fucking
you
up a
play
jump or
with,
something as well.
Did any of you play with Tater? Crimson's GM Tater?
No.
God, this guy was
And,
he was like the biggest fucking cock you've ever met in your life. He's one of those people who you couldn't say anything remotely offensive around. Like if you said the word abortion, he would pull you aside to have a one-on-one conversation.
Oh wow. Okay. So he was really wow.
Oh, he was a fucking dropkick.
it
So
was
were you
so funny though.
were you in Crimson as well? Because wasn't Tech in Crimson?
I was in Crimson at the same time as Tech and Robo.
Oh wow. Okay.
I recruited Robo
That was-
from
that was-
Crimson
yeah,
after
because-
they died.
That was the end of Mop. Like last year.
When did Avast die? I see River Vast, but when was
Fast
that?
died when we
Oh.
absorbed Roka after Blackhand.
After Blackhand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
While on the topic of old raids, what is your favorite raid? Some of you guys have been playing for a long time. What is your favorite?
from the level that you're playing? Just which one was the funnest of Prog?
I think it's a fair question to just ask, like, favorite raid, because it doesn't necessarily be the hardest to be the most enjoyable, right?
Favorite raid ever.
Yeah.
Man.
What were you? What
Definitely
did you play?
BOD.
In?
Lei Shen was really.
Real
Shen
quick,
was-
sorry, just to interrupt. I got someone asking me, what did you play in Crimson when you were there?
I mained Warlock. I was Spalio at the time.
Okay, all right.
Yes,
I've just got a fella in guild who was raiding at the same time as you was in there, so he's just
That's awesome.
asking.
And Ash and Arsen will be tanks. Zep will go Warlock, and I will go Disc Priest, and the guild will be great.
Keep it up, dude.
Yeah, no. Sorry, go back to the discussion you were having. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's fine, motherfucker. I'll be following you around Borealis tonight, bitch. You didn't pay for that.
At
Hey,
least
guys,
ask
get
him.
in now.
He's satisfied I asked the question for him, dude.
Yeah,
well,
what was
yeah,
your favorite raid?
Worth. I said Lei Shen. I said Lei Shen was
Really?
really
Yeah.
good.
So Throne?
Lei
See, I
Shen
didn't
I,
know.
I also loved Alduar,
Yeah.
Although, yeah.
Hold up.
but
That was
maybe
fun.
Lei Shen was my favorite. Maybe.
I didn't raid Bandari at all. I just didn't.
You fucked up,
Didn't do
man. You fucked up.
Really
Best
good.
expansion. Best
TOT
expansion.
was
had a last
awesome.
proper like
I
expansion
remember
I even raided.
ganking Nibran outside of TOT. I just killed him over and over.
Him's fighting words.
Just camped him forever. You know. He would spawn in my frost trap, and I just one shot him in a flare. It was so good. Yeah, Mop was good. Mop was a great experience.
Was it the best expansion though?
Not even close. BC was significant.
Come up, fuck
You
off.
reckon BC
No.
best expansion?
You're,
Is that just
I-
pre Wrath of Lich King change? Jesus, sounds like Asmund Gold's in the call right now. Holy shit.
No, dude. I'm not that fucking right. But no, BC raid content wise, I think BC probably sits as either top 1 or top 2 expansion.
Yep.
with that, just before we move on, okay, do you prefer how it is at the moment when a new tier comes out, we completely ignore about the old tier, or would you prefer it goes back to vanilla and BC and kind of Wrath, where when a new tier comes out, you can't just start raiding, go, I'm going to go into ICC. Like, I'm going to start raiding now, I'm going to go into AQ40, because I remember when I raided in vanilla 2 and BC, in vanilla, if our tank got poached, we were fucked. We had to start bringing someone in through MC and bring someone in through.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
I
man.
still
VWL.
remember jumping
Or
back
we
into
just-
Yeah, it was
Karazhan
r-
regularly while on BC on
I
fucking.
fucking love
Black Temple.
Karazhan, man. That's a
Karazhan, original
close.
Kara was the
Karazhan
best.
is the close second, man. Close second to TOT. Karazhan was
Dude,
such a
fuck
good
no.
man.
I go Sunwell best, Tov second.
The most hype for classic, I think, is going to be for a post-classic BC server, man. BC.
Man, do you really want all these private servers though to like summon the
Catch me
community?
in fucking
I mean-
12 years doing fucking one
No.
raids.
Catch
Fire.
me in classic BC, boy.
Is that really something you'd want to see in the game? Have it like one private server or a set of private servers for every
Well,
expansion?
would they stop Classic or would they just keep it rolling? What do you do
I
when
don't
when
know.
Nax
Well,
is done? When
they-
Nax
they
is
have a
done,
6-patch
do you just
plan at
leave
the
Nax
moment.
open or do you reset it?
Glad Warriors. Oh
They
my god.
will,
Oh,
they
yeah,
will make
Glad
a
Warrior.
second iteration of WoW and it will go to BC.
Do you
No,
100%.
I think
genuinely
it'll do that
reckon
as
they'll
well.
take
Do you actually
the
think they'll
RS
do that?
route?
Yeah,
I
I think
think they'll
that's
do
the
that.
RS
that's where the money
too.
is. That's where the money is.
OS,
I
RS,
don't think it's where the
dude.
money is. I think
You don't reckon?
6 classic
I think
releases will have
not.
less than 100,000 the player base.
Yeah,
can-
I agree.
1,000 people.
I mean, it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
blow
play
up
the
as
shit
on
out of
release, but
classic.
I reckon
Yeah?
keeping it moving
Yeah.
will bring back a lot of
He's
It's
people.
gonna do like 48
that's-
hour streams and classic.
I mean, for me, it's gonna
Want
be
to
one
go
of
for
those
world
things
first
that you-
60? Like, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, do that
For
nice,
60.
do that nice 48-hour stream from 54 to 60.
Yeah, dude,
Right.
but I'll
It's
do it.
crispy. It's crispy.
Me grinding again, grinding boars. There's no more fucking quests left.
I just hope there's no like 40 people outside your group tagging mobs for you. Like, that'll be kind of shit if that.
Did
that way
you-
it go on.
Did you see the clip of, I think it was Venruki using the sharding to his
Oh,
sorry,
the
what
arena
they call it?
trinket.
They call it layering.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think-
Yeah, they don't want it. They don't want it near live. Hey,
No sharding here, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, do you actually think that's gonna destroy the economy? Because
I don't know, man. I,
mean-
don't know shit, but I'm gonna love classic, man. I think it'll be really.
I haven't experienced
Um,
anything to do with classic, so I'm super fucking excited to get bored with it.
I'm excited, but yeah.
I'm gonna
I'd
give.
say if,
Mm.
if you're a person who's never played Classic, who's excited, you will last, I think, maybe 4 hours before you give up.
I
Yeah.
played the stress test for like 3 hours. That was alright.
Does
got
that count?
got to level
Does it?
4. That was sick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's fire.
people are gonna get a quest, press M on their map, and like not see anything on the map, and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
You'll have some
Fucking
cunt like
read this shit.
Nibrin fucking camping you in Stranglethorn Vale for 16 hours straight and you just
Yeah.
smash
I
it.
mean, when you, yeah,
Hey,
Those
stay- stay
troll rogues that are
hydrated,
ganking the
boys.
streamers.
Oh,
do that.
oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, I'm not big on that shit, but that Ooga shit is fucking
That is
pretty
fucking
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty funny shit.
Oh yeah, I
that's
saw
fucking
that,
commitment,
dude.
dude.
Boys,
That's
yeah.
fucking commitment for sure.
You know what's fucked though? I actually remember this in vanilla. There used to be a on BlackRock. There was a similar thing called Fun and Games, and there were a bunch of troll rogues as well. They did the same thing. They'd gank lobbies naked. They'd message you and say, "Hey, can you help me with the quest quickly?" And you'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And they invite you. They'd summon you to the STV arena, kick you out of the party, and then kill you. And the reason I know that is because they did that when I was level 2, and I hadn't learned anything at the game, and I had to petition a GM because I didn't know how to use the fucking Hearthstone. So I'd res, and a tiger would run out of the fucking like nowhere and kill me. And I'd be like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I don't want to beat my character.
Dude,
It was
fucking
awesome,
got
I'm
baited.
installing well, dude. I'm done with it.
Holy
That's
fuck!
so good.
Peak
dude.
game.
Oh,
Gameplay.
fucking hype, Peter.
Those
Some
stories
cunt
are
just
the
messaged me
best.
to buy this chest for 4x on PoE.
Oh,
Fucking
man, I
Are
should
you,
be
are you
playing
on that
PoE,
PoE
dude.
train as
I'm
well?
just
We're actually,
chilling,
yeah.
dude. I'm
Yeah,
chilling.
my-
I don't
My
know.
guild's a
Fucking-
PoE guild at the moment, dude. We
I'm
don't
loving
fucking
it.
do
Well,
well.
Dude,
Great game.
we got versed the
Everyone
single
is
most
Cyclone.
PoE fucking eccentric
Yeah.
person on the planet. It's great.
We did some maps.
Verse is fucking fire, dude.
We
I'm
did
garbage.
like some maps before as like 5 or 6 of us or whatever the limit is in parties, and it was just cunts just leaping everywhere the whole time.
Yeah.
It was just like fucking bunnies in the map.
People are so far ahead, dude. Like 70k deeps, they're doing like 7 million deep.
Before we wrap this up, I have one question left for you guys. You did say like how you essentially reformed honestly, right? When you after you became an officer pumps. What advice would you give to guilds wanting to strive for top 30
Ooh,
sort of
top
thing?
30.
Even just move up from
Exactly what
top
ethical-
10,000 down to top 500.
Andrew's on the move, man.
Ethical listening real closely right now.
Hey, man, people or guilds. Guilds could move up. Ethical did the right thing. They got a bunch of like decent players. They picked all the like diamonds from the rough from all these like shit guilds, just made like 4 guilds and then made like 1 decent.
I mean, some have to
That's
die to
good.
make some good guilds, right? Like,
Exactly,
yeah,
man,
it has to
exactly.
happen.
There's like 3 good players in every guild, man.
Yeah.
So you're saying obviously
Well-
it comes down to the players, which it does, because it's like they're obviously very important. But
For sure.
I mean, you
And
can
it-
have the right leadership as well. Make sure it's fit to your guild and your
Mm.
players and stuff like that as well.
what kind of a
Seven
raid leader do you
exactly.
need for a guild for a guild to do that? What kind of a raid leader do you
Depends
need?
on your environment.
So just
If
Our
you don't-
environment's really weird. You can tell some people. We get some trials who come into our environment. They're like, "What the fuck?" They've always been in like this guild who's like quiet and like calls out every mechanic while we're just like talking about
other shit.
interesting things.
TOS,
You know?
TOS things.
Yeah.
And some people get distracted, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
that's
so
right.
yeah, they
Mm.
just
Like-
can't cope with our environment. I think.
Will you guys
And
ever
then it
stream
depends on
raid
the-
content? Do you think?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Will you guys ever
let
stream
me-
prog or anything like that?
Me and Peter are
Ooh.
on opposite ends about this. All right, so
Yeah,
Peter thinks
that's
Pe-
true.
Peter thinks streaming
I'm
is a
very
good thing.
streamer. Yeah.
I
Wait,
think
Peter thinks
streaming-
what?
The streaming is a good thing.
We had a guild vote and we had a discussion channel in our Discord and we talked and we decided not to stream this tier.
Okay.
Can you
But
explain? Is there a quick list of the pros and cons you guys came to, or is it something you prefer to
no,
keep?
I think the channel got deleted.
All right, so in my mind, the biggest con, right, is so there's varying levels of play within the guild, and there's varying levels of play within people who wouldn't be streaming, right? So I use this as my best example. Right? If everyone was to play at Peter's level, I would be happy with everyone streaming. But because they don't, I have an issue with it because no matter what happens, it takes away focus from prog rating.
100%.
Does it
and then-
Waller stream?
Not prog.
Oh, pro. No
And
one's
then you
streaming.
also have we have a couple motherfuckers in this guild who tilt at the drop of a dime.
Oh yeah.
And if you're streaming and people are seeing their mistakes, they get PM'd or something, that's fucking game over right then and there.
Mm.
Ah,
They
That's
message
right.
them, they're gonna just they're gonna jump out the window and be done.
Yeah, okay, that's like. I mean, that's the thing when you're streaming as well. Every single little fuck up that you make is just seen by everybody, and the benefit I think from streaming is like whoever's not in can obviously watch you guys play, and
Mm.
obviously if you're taking WoW super seriously and trying to make some sort
I
of
think it would be really fun, and I don't think we have any competition. I don't think we would lose.
OCE, fuck no, would be fine.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd lose. Like maybe we'd lose a couple world ranks, but like whatever, man. Like 15th, 17th, same shit.
Oh
Cares,
fuck it. Yeah.
I mean, there's
Would
no
be
real
fun.
difference between like World 15 and World 18.
And it would be
realistically,
fun
right?
to see who tilts as well. Imagine streaming it here and someone just like loses their shit. That'd be
Dude, no, fuck that shit. I don't want like another Matt repeat mid prog.
yeah, pretty much. I just want a Matt 2.0, but on stream, dude. It'd be hilarious.
Dude, fucking get rid of the See You Sunday, give it the See You next year.
See you Sunday, boy.
I don't know.
Live Pikachu, dude. Come on, tell me that would be fun. That'd be good.
I have a question for Sep that someone asked me to ask you.
Sure, what's up?
Why do you take DPS talents, wears DPS gear, and plays aggressively, then QQs at healers when he gets 2-shot from 85%?
Because
Say
that's
it's
a
from Hutto.
paladin regardless of the gear you use.
And a lot of tanks do that.
I mean, that's basically everything but monk at this point,
Defensive
right? Realistically.
gear versus offensive gear is like a very
minuscule
small.
difference. yeah,
Even like in traits, especially Blizzard doesn't do defensive traits for some reason. For tanks, it's quite strange.
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, strength gain, for example, is not exactly the greatest defensive trait, right?
I mean, that's the
It's
problem.
not bad.
Like, it's not bad, but like Demon Hunter has multiple armor-based defensive traits, but even then, they're so fucking tiny in their impact.
Yeah, well, plus Demon Hunter's pretty shit at the moment, right? So just
Demon
yeah,
Hunter's
precisely.
stacks up
trash.
on stacks up on
Demon
stuff.
Hunter's trash.
Yeah.
They're getting huge buffs, though, aren't they? I don't know if it's gonna. Someone said it's not gonna fix the problems they
It's
have,
not going
though,
to be
right?
enough. Like, meta's being made into a real cooldown.
Max and WoW best friends? Can you answer this?
Dude, I would literally boot him off a fucking cliff if I had the chance. Him and that giant swollen fucking abscess on his forehead, the dumb.
I love how in the chat at some point you can't even say bad words in this stream. I think it's
You
just
can't-
that you can't shit talk other Twitch streamers.
y-
That's
yeah.
the main.
There's,
I
like
didn't
the
say- I
rules
didn't
aren't my
stream
rules. The rules are completely Twitch's TOS.
Very
That's it.
true.
It's not my fault. I'm sorry.
I'm not talking about a Twitch streamer though.
No,
Yeah.
just to answer the people in the
It's
chat.
it's,
Friend
it's
Mac.
yeah, it's my next door neighbor Maximum.
Matt,
Fucking
Matt's
hell.
coming. Thanks, dude. I mean, is there anything else? Have you got questions for us? What's the perspective
Us peasants.
from? Yeah,
Wait,
it's something that far.
Ask questions. Oh, shut the fuck up. Just let us take our pride and get the fuck out of here. What are you doing?
Why do you play this game in a guild at your ranking? I would rather kill myself.
Hey,
It's
That's not
entirely
even a good
related.
question.
No, that's fine.
it's
I don't see
easier
it.
than wanking with your own
Entirely
tears.
related. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Pretty
entirely
much it.
related to the people I play with. It has almost nothing to do with the game at this point, and hasn't really for quite some time. Like if one or two key individuals from my guild, for example, quit, that'd pretty much be it for me as well. I'd just throw it in and either go raid for someone else at some point, which I'd probably get bored of very quickly, and then just probably stop playing WoW and
That's
get
right.
more casual, and eventually I'd hate being even worse of a casual and quit. That's pretty much it. But I don't really care much for doing amazingly well in WoW. Okay, I want to do well, but I don't want to farm. I don't want to have ults. I don't want to raid heaps. Yeah, I just want to play the game with my mates and have fun. That's really it. There's nothing else
Like
to it.
almost just the tip of a challenge, and then you kind of just like sick. We did it. Ta-da.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you can want to improve on what you guys do. Like I want to keep improving on the guild. I want to get better ranks
Yeah.
and stuff. But I'm not gonna kick a whole bunch of people that are still really good players, and I had the opportunity to recruit someone a little bit better. It's not
Yeah.
worth it. And I think, like you said, Niles, I play for people I play with. Like
Yeah.
you see it happen when guilds die. 80% of them just quit the game because what the fuck else is there left to do in this game? I mean, you raid. I guess if you do Mythic Plus, you do Mythic Plus. If you're a pot warrior, a rogue, a resto druid, you can do Mythic Plus. If you're not, what's the point? You
I mean,
like,
you can even do Mythic
Islands
Plus.
are shit. Islands are shit.
Shit,
Warfronts
yeah.
is shit.
Everyone I know that
Everything's
doesn't
Yeah,
have a
it's
guild that they
just
raid with.
raiding. It's just raiding.
Yeah.
I
Just
mean, this
raid.
would be a terrible
The game's
game
in
without
a
guild.
rough state.
Like
dude.
every
I mean,
PvPer I
it's
know
good.
is back and forth like all the time now as well. So the quality of the game for them is just so low. It's sad.
Yeah.
Mm.
I got one last question for you guys. Has anyone else? This is a very controversial opinion, but I've noticed since I've hit level 50 on my neck, kind of don't mind the Azurite system as much as I hated it when I was still actively grinding it. Do you
Yeah.
feel there would be as much angst if in 8.2 they said, you know what, we're going to cap the Azurite, there's no more grind, you just get gear and you use the Azurite pieces? Do you think people would mind that system a lot more? Like, it wouldn't be as bad, right? If you just got gear and it was like a pseudo set, you didn't have to grind anything. Because I've actually found that I'm playing more than I was when I had to grind the neck, just because I can hop on and it's my choice if I want to go do something. I don't want to go do bullshit world quest for Azurite. It's just it's an option there I can do.
I think I don't know. I think most people would be alright with it, but I think that Blizzard would find like like casual players that find like an overwhelming negative for it because they wouldn't feel progression, like if that makes sense, that false sense of progression there or
But
whatever.
don't you find that progression, that self of progression through raiding and
I mean, well,
arenas,
people who don't
other
raid Mythic probably won't. You know what I mean? Like that's what I meant, like heroic raiders and stuff. Those sorts of player base,
Which
which
is what
seems
the
to be like
majority,
90% of everyone now, or
Yeah.
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'd be
personally
fine
don't
with
care
it.
for the farm. It's like
Hmm.
whatever might be set by, for example, a guild like Honestly is not going to be something that I'll set for my guild. Like we literally set the bare minimum, and I think maybe 50% of my guild didn't even get it, and I still just didn't care. Like I said it, I was like, oh, make sure you get 38 nick before raid starts, and like half of it. And it was
every
like,
single person in our guild, but the fucking GM got it for this last year. For
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
true, dude.
There you
I
go.
love
fucking
Dorf.
doof, dude.
He is one of the best players Oceanic has ever seen.
Yeah.
Fucking kill me, man.
I still don't. There's some fucking internal memes here for sure. Oh,
No,
fuck.
he is.
Okay, alright. Even that had a bit of a.
Did you ninja them out, Nilesy?
Me? Did I
Yeah.
ninja them out? Wait, who's saying that?
He
Zerendo.
sold it off to. He sold it off.
No, I
And
didn't.
then paid the
Tag-
price, the iron price.
No, I was ninja them out. No,
Oh,
Tag
fuck.
traded it to me, and it just so happened that we started selling them out the following week for gold, and yeah, so people started giving me shit that I took them out, but that's not true.
Are you blushing, Niles? What's that about?
Yeah, I did.
No, it's just
Red-
very hot.
Red forehead.
Very hot. Tequila warms you up. Okay, tequila really keeps you warm.
Dude, I've drank a lot of tequila and I can confirm I am.
Very
I got a
warm.
question for Vehemence people about Cuddles now.
Yeah, mate. What's up?
So why did you guys pick him up based on like his very public lack of emotional restraint to things, and just his lackadaisical and mediocre fucking play?
I think
He's
he's a casual.
Muay Thai skills.
I think he's a casual in the guild. I don't think he.
The guy said he's a casual. He doesn't raid with.
No.
But yeah, I don't really.
You've seen the
Yeah.
clip where he says he's probably good enough for honestly, right?
He thinks he's good.
No,
enough
I
for
haven't seen that
honestly and
clip.
Ethical, but
Where's the clip? Someone bring it up.
yeah,
Someone
we
throw it
should
in the
watch
chat.
some videos.
We should- yeah, the
Oh,
video's
It's video
what,
time with
fucking
pumps,
20
okay?
minutes-
That's
They're
what's
20
happening.
minutes long though.
Dude,
It's a problem.
sometimes I just go AFK on my stream for like an hour and I come back and I just watch them.
Yeah,
And my stream viewers just like watch videos with me. and
I
like,
mean, it's literally the most popular thing on Twitch at the moment is fucking
Really?
watching videos. Yeah,
it's
what's his
so
face? Like,
good.
what's it called? Someone reacts to something sort of thing.
QXC reacts.
Yeah, yeah. So
Do you guys, does Vehemence have like a fucking beef with the guild, the Remaining?
Vehemence?
Yeah, do you guys have a beef with the guild called the Remaining on Frostmourne?
No
No,
idea
not
who they
not that
are.
I know of. No, why's that?
Because my brother's in the guild and he's called you guys tryhards.
Oh, first of all,
Is
we
the
are.
younger brother
okay?
of Sully? Why don't you carry him? Where's the brother?
No, I don't even know who that is.
Would fucking brother through raiding if he's garbage. Think I'd do that to my guild?
What?
Big
What
props
are
there.
they? 9 of 9? And
I
stuff?
fucking hope so.
Is
at
that
this
the level
point.
that they? I don't know what they do.
Dude,
Is this a
who hasn't
PvP
cleared
guild?
all the content at this point?
No, they
How
are
many
9 of
people
9.
haven't cleared all the content.
A lot of people probably haven't, dude. Like we started COS. We're like 60 or 70 pulls, I think, into COS or something.
Like
Mm.
just
We
the
had a- we
first
had a-
boss?
First boss. Just to be clear though, we had a hunter
We-
last night in COS. Just
So did we. We ran a
Yeah.
hunter
We-
for Una
Did you?
and we ran a hunter for
Yeah,
first boss.
We were in
Oh,
Prox
a
for
frog or just
Prox?
free?
For Prog, yeah, Prox was
okay,
great.
alright.
Man.
We had
Prox
a
is like an
meeting.
old man. He's a bit weird, but
Well, we
he's
had
fucking
Fat
he's
Doobie
okay.
from
I love him.
Fat Doobie from
Una
Scared.
is a whole
Fat
lot easier
Doobie,
to
dude. I tried
control.
to recruit him once, but then I recruited someone else.
Yeah. You also threw me some ex honestly players a few times at some point.
Really?
I know
Oh
which-
man, how
which-
many
which
honestly?
Six honestly
Shout
players.
out to
Hey.
honestly rejects in here. Boys.
No,
It's
they're not
probably
rejects,
graveyard
it was like
They
for
prefer to be
example,
called medium
Shout
now.
out,
Damn it.
They're-
I thought it was
No,
Peter
I can
Dinklage.
mention
The
one in particular.
graveyard's big.
I can mention one in particular. Sonny, he raided with you
Oh,
in
no, dude.
in
Oh god.
what's it called? Fucking help me out. He was a warlock. I remember watching.
He quit right after I first joined.
Very trash, and everyone
What
has
the fuck,
weird
dude?
chat stories.
When I asked you if he was good, you're like, yeah, he's fucking awesome, dude. Top bloke too.
I
Like,
don't
oh, yeah,
know what I
fuck
was
yeah,
thinking.
sweet. So I
You
invite
got-
him getting into trail, and he fucking flakes like the next night, dude. He was the biggest flaky boy,
Weirdest-
dude. He
Dude, Sonny
instantly
is
flaked
just
on
a
the
weird
first raid.
champ. He literally is a weird champ of mine.
He's a weird champ. He's a good bloke though. I didn't mind chatting to him.
He's
But
like,
yeah, and who
Poor
else?
lad.
Is there was a priest as well that like actually left honestly joined us because he was casual or whatever, couldn't raid whatever anymore. This is when we were still we were 2 nights away, and I don't think he logged back in after the once again asked you. I was like, how is he? You're like, yeah, really, really good. Take him for sure. Blah blah blah.
hey,
Just
it's
didn't log back in.
today. I don't know.
That's Cuddles. That's your boy.
Hey, nice, dude. I've never heard
There's
about
that
it before.
fucking
These,
retard.
like,
Holy
Twitch
shit.
clips.
Oh god.
Hey,
Oh,
Cuddles,
no.
love you.
Hey, cuz.
Dude, I never heard about him until the Twitch clips. It's true.
Dude, he's easily the best demon hunter Oceanic unless you give him a raid slot.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'm keen to trial people, dude. I'll try anyone who thinks they're good. 100%.
I feel like you're gonna have an
No, man.
influx of apps tonight for sure.
Come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
dude. If you think you're good enough, I'll trial you and you'll go through the grind. You'll see.
All right, we got a dono. Wait, where are we? I need to read
Someone's
it out.
donating. Does this get split
Yeah,
or?
$5 from. Oh, can you ask Pumps if he will come to the heroic COS for Beyond's trinkets after this?
Yes.
I thought we were
Yes.
playing a game of Dota after this.
Was
Hey,
I
we're playing
thought it
a game
was
of Hon.
PoE.
We're bringing it back.
Are we doing some maps in PoE? Is that what we're doing?
I'm not carrying you fucking shitlords through.
I'm
that.
not. I'm not a carry. I'm just a 60k DPS whirlwind or whatever with Cyclone, whatever it's called.
Dude, I'm like 100k though. Sure.
Right, I haven't even
But you
made
guys
a
play
case.
softcore. You guys play softcore, don't you?
Yeah,
Dude, hardcore is
Dude,
way too hard for us. Like
this
Mythic
is-
Plus.
Yuck.
yeah. This is my first time sort of playing it like properly.
It's
I've
like my second or third.
yeah, there's a few dudes in my guild that have just literally been
man.
playing for 16 hours straight a day. They just wake up, go play that.
Verse and Oroka are really good. Sep's good. Like Putto and Sups, they're okay, you know.
Verse knows literally everything about the
Verse is
fucking game.
great, man. He's like the best.
Has he
Yeah.
pushed? Does he
Honestly,
play hardcore?
just
Yeah, he
25
plays nothing but hardcore. I've never seen him on a softcore character.
Dude, hardcore.
So-
See, me and Dorothy used to play hardcore with Rune Heal, and he would,
Oh,
we would
no,
boost him
dude.
up to 60, and then he would die in 5 minutes. And then we'd boost him up again, and he would die in 5 minutes again. And we'd just say, Rune Heal, we can't boost you.
The
He
fucking
was the
Rune was gone now, dude.
Sell me
Oh, he was
PoE
the best.
because I haven't played it yet.
Don't.
It's like
Don't.
Diablo but good.
It's a fucking
Literally
arcade
bad
farming
way you play it
simulator,
for
and
2-3 weeks.
you look at the watch. It's like, oh, it's 10 o'clock. I can play for an hour or two before bed. Next minute, it's 3 a.m. and it's like, fuck. That's.
Have you guys ever had a headhunter before?
Dude, fuck
No,
that.
I didn't even know what. a
Side
headhunter
note, I
is.
got a fucking doctor card.
Like
from
a
the
belt,
United
right?
States
You
with
haven't
fire.
lived until you've used a headhunter.
I just got a Phoenix map that I plan to do at some point tonight. I
Yeah.
don't know what that is, but I'm excited.
Cyclone's good, dude. I'm only up to like
Cyclone's a lot of
10
fun.
maps or something.
Okay.
Like
Zaya,
81.
can I trial for honestly? Fuck off, Zaya. Tank for
Yeah,
us.
dude. Everyone can trial for
Dude,
honestly.
that's
Dude,
Everyone in the
Zaya-
chat is trying for
Zaya
honestly
plays
Isaiah
tonight.
Wanna
plays
trial,
for
come and
on
trial.
400 MS from
Oh,
India,
fuck.
dude. You don't want Isaiah, trust me. He's
I
trash.
I met my girlfriend in WoW and she played from Brazil on Oceanic servers with about 13.
Oh, dude, is your
Yeah,
name
what a
Froggy as
great
well?
story. Yeah.
Is my
Yeah,
name
we
who,
have-
sorry?
Froggy, we have a young chap in guild. He's 19 now, but he was 18, and he's seeing a girl through World of Warcraft at the moment from Brazil. And so yeah,
What on
Is,
earth?
Yikes.
is she white?
I don't know. I haven't seen a picture. Oh, actually, did send me a picture. She was very
Tell
cute,
them
actually.
how
Oh
we
wait,
met.
holy shit!
Tell-
Did you
tell
just come
them-
up? Did you just come up with a positive for playing with people from Ragnaros server? What the fuck?
I don't know if she was from Ragnar Server. Can someone message Froggy and confirm, please? And
I'm gonna
just-
join every Gallywix fucking.
Dude, I
No
love
fucking way.
Brazilians, dude.
Dude, I love you some Latina saying all that.
Hey, Blueprint, what's your favorite anime?
Oh,
Oh, fuck. That's a tough question, mate.
can
Give
I
me.
leave this call real quick? Or...
You
No.
you vaped at the start, all right?
You think this
You
is bad?
vaped.
You think this is bad? Get Dorothy on next week and you can listen to him tell you what his favorite
Oh,
pickle eating
Dorothy,
ASMR
dude,
is.
Dorothy's
Fuck.
good. He loves it.
My favorite anime, contrary to the display picture, it's probably FMA Brother.
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
FMA
that's a
Brother.
nice.
I'll back
That's a
that.
nice
I'll back that.
mainstream one.
Very
for all
safe
the-
answer.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah, I'll
safe.
back that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Safe.
That's
Let's
like
make
my
sure to win
number
the popularity
3.
contest for sure. For
That's
tonight.
that's a normie answer.
He
Yeah,
wants,
no,
he
no.
wants to come back.
It's
He
actually
wants
good
to-
though.
It's not a normie answer at all. It's why.
Mine's pickle eating ASMR. Dorothy.
You're not a real man unless you can fall asleep to
I
some
did-
fucking black girl smacking on pickles for 3 hours. Actually gonna fucking throw up hearing it.
I
Yuck.
was a big fan of Samurai Champloo. I only actually watched it for the first time like 6 months ago or something. That I was keen. I liked that a lot.
It was absolute fucking fire.
Yeah, it's great. It's a really. I love how he started at WoW, dipped into PoE, bit back to WoW, bit back to PoE. Now we're on anime.
Hey,
we're
the
going-
title
we're
is
going- we're
Oceanic
going to
Cast, and we're in
Galaxy
just chatting.
Town real quick. One-way
Yeah.
trip.
Wow.
That's
Hmm.
it. We're Oceanic Cast. Nobody said anything about WoW, right?
Yeah, I literally just started One Piece. That's where I'm at. I'm at like episode 70.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
that
a
is-
horrible
that's
fucking
way-
mistake on
yeah.
your
That is a
part.
wee
So
bad
you
stuff.
won't
That
see
ain't
me
safe.
until like 3 years from
Why
now.
the
I don't
fuck-
think.
Why would you
What
put
the
an
fuck?
anime
Thousands
with like
of
that
Anime
episodes.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. Last Airbender is fucking grouse. What are you talking
Fucking
about?
amazing. Yeah.
Dude,
It's
I'm
actually the
literally,
best
I would
anime.
get a fucking General Iroh tattoo. I love that motherfucker, dude. He's awesome.
You should watch
Dude,
Detective
Avatar was great.
Conan. It's got about 4,000.
Detective Conan.
What's it called?
Watch a billion
Detective
episodes.
Conan.
Detecting Conan.
Detective Conan. It's got like
Uh-huh.
4,000 chapters in the manga. I don't know how many on the
Every
other.
time I put P in my search bar, something bad comes up. I'm happy I'm not screen sharing.
Yeah, whenever I put M on, it comes up with mouth or anus for mine.
Dude,
Well, if you
remember
notice-
that mouth or anus clip we saw the other day, Sepp? Where it was
Dude, if
the,
you,
like,
if you take the
peanut
teeth
butter
away,
pouring in? Did you
Oh,
see
that
the
was fire,
peanut
dude.
butter one?
I linked that,
Oh,
Peter.
man. Yeah, you did. That was bad, man.
But honestly, if
Sometimes
you
I
take
open
the
that
teeth out of the
stuff
mouth,
up
it
on
looks
my
like
Can we
an
just
stream and I'm
can
like,
we really quickly address Pumps just flexing on everybody that has a girl in their house? Can we just quickly just address
Hold
that?
on, I'll flex,
Anybody?
babe, speak. Speak, I'll fucking hit you on stream in front of everyone. Come on,
Don't
speak.
joke about that. Don't joke about that, dude.
Hit her in game. Hit her in game.
Alright, if you guys heard her, good. If not, well.
oh,
No, can't say I have.
Yeah.
Wait, what is it?
She's just a pretty
Fair
girl, man. I don't agree with domestic violence.
how is
She's Brazilian. They are the most violent
Oh,
fuckers you ever
Brazil.
meet in your life.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you would not
Alright.
believe.
Who's
I was
pulling
seeing- I
up
was
the
seeing a-
Helix video?
Are you talking about the 10-minute kill vid? Is that what we're pulling up? Are we showing you on it?
Oh,
You're right there, mate.
oh,
What
Yeah, I'm
what you
good.
munching on there?
dude, some rice.
Some
Oh, let me fix that.
what's going on?
Somebody got timed out.
That's Calipith in fucking chat who won't shut up.
It's killing. Dude, she's fun.
Oh, chat's going too quick. I can't find him. I'm sorry, mate.
No one will know that I'm.
Thanks, Gore. You know.
Oh, is that the, is that
Right.
the
How do you-
legal
Oh,
sh-
that reminds me. Do you guys have any homosexuals in your guild or transgenderators?
Jesus
I
Christ.
think we have
Jesus.
at least we had like there was a point where our entire healing roster were homosexual except one where she was a chick. So it was 4 gay dudes and a chick. That was our healing team. Best healing team I've ever had, honestly. Most consistent for sure.
Now it's just gay warlocks.
What the fuck, dude?
What kind of opinions do you guys have on guys fucking on women in raiding?
Oh, that's the time. Oh shit. Oh wow. Oh, well, thanks.
We don't
oh,
have
thanks.
any
dude,
female
I s-
raiders.
Dude, I swear to God, there is nothing worse and like a
Blueprint
high
needed to go
rating
back
than
to
a
his
woman.
planet. Fuck.
And,
I
and
actually
not
didn't
not
get a
not
question,
nothing
we
to
run
do
it
with them. Nothing to do with them either. It's just all the online fucking like ash flashes and
Yes.
arsenals who can't handle being around a girl and lose it.
Do you just
Difficult.
mean players?
Shit, dude.
Do you just mean
I'll throw it out. I'll throw it out there. I've played with lots of really good female healers.
No, you haven't.
I actually have, but
I've played
one
with
of
some
the
good
best boom
females.
pools I've played with was a female.
I'm assuming,
Who is it?
I'm assuming you're talking about
Dance.
Radara, yes.
Yeah, she dunked on the other
Radar
boom
is
deal
the
and
good
gave
one.
them like a
Radara
confidence
is
issue.
genuinely really
They-
fucking.
She slammed our
They
boomkins
couldn't
last year.
deal with it. They couldn't
Rip
deal with
Eisen.
getting bashed by her. So that was the exception. So, but obviously
He's
it's
just saying
very
that
small
'cause
pool
is
players.
she raiding with you at the
No,
moment?
she's not. No,
Okay.
Yeah, she's scared now.
Radara is really good though.
Yeah, she's
She
exceptional.
rages like a motherfucker.
Yeah, she's
That's because she
She's
plays
great.
with trash players.
I think I've seen some sort of clip of this lady.
Oh yeah, you would have seen one come up recently on the Una prog where she's fucking
Really?
losing it.
I
with
never
some
saw
dumb gun
that.
run around with a mark.
I never
Yeah,
saw
okay,
that.
that sounds about right. That sounds about roughly what I've seen. That sounds about right. Wait, who watched
None of you say the word cunt. It's very strange. You're all Australian, aren't you?
Yeah. I genuinely try to avoid saying cunt as much
I
as
just
I
don't
can.
on stream.
Well,
That's all.
Otherwise, it gets in my I say it too often, and I'm just gonna slip it at work one day and look like a dickhead, sort of thing.
That's
So-
just my
slip a
favorite
cheeky cunt in there.
yeah, just sleep. Yeah, that's right. And all of a
That's
Or
sudden-
you're just gonna
jerk.
turn around to your boss and call him a stupid cunt. And
oh,
walk
there's no
off.
boss. There's clients. That's the problem. Saying it's
He
a,
is
to
the boss.
clients.
Wait, you're the boss, right?
I am. Yeah.
So, just call them. Can you call your clients cunts?
No, you can't. Call
He's gonna be on there on that little microphone, like, get in here, cunt. I have the power. I'm the boss.
No, you gotta be nice to people, mate. That's the truth.
Will
It's
there be
not-
an
it's not
honestly girls raid team?
No.
No,
Fucking
straight
not a
away.
chance. I
No,
don't-
I mean,
like,
it'd be
I
like
think
5 people. I mean, there's enough for a raid.
at this
Barely
point,
do an employee.
like every girl in the guild is just a girlfriend of a core raider at this point, right? And none of them raid even like I guess pseudo casually and all runs and shit. Some of them do.
I think I have a girlfriend of one of your raiders. I don't know if he's current though. At the moment, in our guild.
Or what's their name, and we'll find out.
Oh, let's find out. Let me scroll through and
Some
try to
serious
remember.
toxin going on here.
No toxin. What do you mean?
Doxing.
Doxing. Oh, should I?
Oh, just drop it in the call and then in
I
the
gotta
chat.
remember. Someone. If someone from guilds watching the knows, tell me. I forgot.
Dude, I gotta pee.
Yeah, you can go pee, mate. You don't have to hold
Peter,
it.
you better stand up and have a fucking massive dong swinging with no pants.
No, I can't reveal my 14-inch. Let's go.
Dude, wait. Are you seriously no pantsing it, or was that just a joke?
That's why
Dude,
it's
he's
dark.
He's like,
dude.
no, I've got pants. I have to go to
Did
the
you
toilet
hear that
now.
when he got up, dude? It was like peeling off a sofa. No pants, dude.
Oh, Denka. She's Denka's girlfriend.
Dinka doesn't raid
Bottles.
with us anymore, so I
Yeah.
couldn't confirm.
Yeah. But no. I mean, it'd be very strange to lie about that, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah, like I think we approached the idea, or like there was a discussion about having a female raider on the roster back towards the end of last expansion, or sorry, the end of the expansion before it.
And what, you didn't want to get banned? So you said
Oh no, it's just fucking. You have like guys don't know how to act around women when it comes to this game, and then you get some fuckwit who wants to white knight her, blah blah blah. It's
Yeah.
just a bigger issue.
And then the
we have
wedge
none of that. We have,
begins.
we have a selfies Discord channel, which like if you've been a raider for a long time, you get access to this sort of thing, and people post like real life shit in there. And we were shit talking on a chick that used to raid with us, and one of the dudes actually fucking sent. Mind you, this was like 2 years ago. This chick raided with us, and we were just talking the shit in there, and he full white knighted her, sent her screenshots and everything. So yeah, you
And what
can't
happened to
trust.
him?
Oh, a swift kick out of that group. Yeah, he's not in the Discord anymore, I believe.
The old
Is he
boot.
still in the guild?
But it wasn't the first time either. He white knighted because we always had girls in the, like always had girls, and we don't anymore. But we do it. Yeah, we do at the moment. But we didn't have any for ages. They never gelled too well. That's for sure.
No, I think
We're a bit heavy on the band.
the comments about like, I guess WoW Guilds is historically kind of a boys' club, and you kind of need to be a little bit more extra careful around what people say.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't have that kind of filter that they can easily change. I
Yeah.
think that's a valid point.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
it's
know
just-
about that.
But I don't think there's something that makes girl players or male players better than the other. I don't. I feel like there's just more guys that play the game. So when you obviously see more
Well, yeah, it's
guys
just
that
a
are good at the
little bit,
game, yeah, it's all ratio based kind of thing.
Hmm.
Yeah. Isn't the average age of the female WoW player like 30 plus or something? 32, 30 something? I remember seeing some sort of stat somewhere at some point.
Yeah, most of those stats are bullshit though, right? Like
Yeah.
fucking they said that.
Well,
What is
what's
it
the
that they
pool?
say? Like they say like Warhammer's like 30% female or some shit. Like what the fuck? No.
I mean, that's
I don't
just a
think that's
yeah,
true.
that's just a very Aussie thing, though. If you're on the internet, you have to learn to just know the difference and not give a shit about what retards say. I mean, yeah.
Well, I
that's-
can't say
like
a word like that.
Silly
But
Billies.
you can. Can you not actually say that word?
You actually
You can.
can't. You
Oh,
can't.
fuck, don't go.
It's
don't
on
go
the
through.
list. It's weird. It's a weird
Is
list.
Wait,
it?
what?
Can you
Yeah.
read off all the words on the list that you're not allowed
If I
to say?
go to
It's
click on
against
it,
the US birds.
if I go, it's in my Discord. So if I do it, it'll fuck the
Have
call
you
for
actually?
me.
Can you send it to me? So
Yeah, I
can
will.
just,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
send
I
to
got
me.
it. I got it sent to me from the last podcast. It's just
Wait,
like,
who
oh.
sent it to you? Was it Twitch?
No, someone who's mates with someone who moderates Twitch. Because they showed it
Okay.
to their friend, and they were just like, ooh.
Oh.
And I was
Oh,
like,
the
oh.
whole like,
The old, yeah.
Yeah,
And I was
for
like, because
sure.
they're not Australians. He's like, I'm assuming this is all banter. I was like, yeah, it's big bands.
Yeah.
Big bands.
Well, that's the problem. It goes back to that conversation we're just having, where it's the fine line where people just
I'm back.
are on a bit of tilt and
boys. Let's go.
what's up?
Let's go.
You done?
No, he's fucking back, mate. He's got the cat. He's on
Yeah,
fire.
the cat. Good tack spew, and he's back.
I thought he attack bomb, dude. He's back. Yeah, people take shit personally for sure, but I still try to stay away from people in guild having actual personal attacks against others. Do
I don't
whatever, say
know,
whatever
it's-
you want for the most part, but don't.
I think in a raiding environment, like especially during raid, it's all just a difference of if you can check shit at the door and get into a business mentality, even though it's it's a hobby and it's there to have fun, and then that because like easiest example, I don't like Matt, but at the same time when we were raiding, I'm not going to openly verbalize that every chance I get because there's other things that take
Hey,
priority.
I like Matt.
Yeah, you just keep it in. It's your
Yeah,
business.
exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's like there's no difference from the World of Warcraft as a hobby to a fucking local soccer. There's a soccer team that tries really fucking hard and tries to do really well within their division, and there's a soccer team that just goes to just play. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So you can have whatever. Yeah, it's the attitude for sure. But either way, it's a very fucking Aussie or oceanic way to just talk mad shit.
Oh,
massive
100%.
fans.
Like you
And-
look at
That's
any
true,
kind of
I
EU
like
rating guild
overall.
or that kind of thing. Like if you
Yeah.
look at Method's kills, they ban, but it's like it's so
Not the
positive
same.
and lighthearted. It's
yeah,
not like
it's not the same.
it's a completely different fucking world.
Is
Yeah.
that why you think they can get away with everyone streaming, or is it because that they've got the best players in the
They
world?
can't get away with everyone streaming. Method blew dick and old year.
No
It's just limit.
way, yeah.
Limit had maximum,
so
giving them the worst fucking strats. That's the only reason
Max
Method
was
won.
so awful.
You reckon?
Really?
Yeah.
They
I've-
made the
I've
call.
heard that
They
you
made
have
the
a bit of-
call to not extend and then lost 18 hours later off their call.
Yeah. I mean, I heard that you.
Or they made the call to extend. Sorry, instead of re-clearing, didn't get the gear. Method re-cleared, got the gear, destroyed the boss, and then they just lost off it.
Yeah.
I saw a clip or something somewhere of. Did you have a bit of beef with Limit, with Max or Max in particular?
I've called him shit, and he gets upset.
Yeah.
It's about the
Yeah,
short
yeah.
sweet.
But
Seems
he
about
is
right.
shit,
That's
Oh,
essentially
dude,
what I've
he
been told.
is
he
fucking.
is shit. Yeah.
I love watching him stream. He's so bad.
Yeah.
Is this one of those like situations like Don Draper where you're like, I think you're shit, and then he's just like, I don't think about you at all.
Yeah, but he's repeating
Where
that
the fuck
thing,
are you
which
from?
is very
Oceania?
strange.
What the fuck's
Yeah,
that?
see, I remember
Is that
that
in
as well.
Germany?
That's essentially what he said, didn't he? That he doesn't care about you or some shit. And then I remember seeing like 4 other clips where he's specifically mentioning you and shit. It's like, yeah, I think you actually care a little bit.
He gets tilted, I think. I know. It's just
Yeah,
He definitely
handle
gets
the bands, dude.
because he knows he's shit.
like he shit to the point where he had to re-roll off of a tank to try and raid lead because he thought tanking was hard.
Yeah, tank
Like, come on,
raid
dude.
hard.
Like,
No,
what kind
I
of
mean,
fucking ape are you with that shit?
it's a pretty general knowledge thing that tanking is probably the best role to play as a raid
Tanking
leader.
is also hands down the easiest role in this
Yeah,
game by a
yeah.
huge margin.
I'd say very few encounters where tanking's actually
That's why we get our 2 dumbest boys on it, Oz and Ash.
Fucking let's go.
Shit, dude. Oh, poor Isaiah, dude.
Maybe you can just start saying that if like people are underperforming, instead of just benching them, you can be like,
You're gonna
"Have you
fucking
thought
play
about this
tank."
Tank?
Yeah.
Marzi.
We want you to tank next year.
Getting people to tank is one of the most fucking difficult things you'll ever see, though. I don't know. It
Marzi and
takes weird people
Korvac
to do
are
it.
back. Sep. How about we recruit
They'd fucking
Band Ascension?
Remy
We'll recruit.
raid with like 1800 MS.
Yeah, dude, he's in a place.
Yeah. Genuinely, Isaiah, I think, rates it with 300 or 400 MS every single night.
That's disgusting.
Low
From India.
skill.
I don't know how he does it, dude.
If
I
he
just-
raids with like 100, he's probably our highest ping. And
That's essentially nothing, alright? Like, that's.
If he's fine until a shark decides to fuck his whole life up. Dude, legitimately, two
Yeah.
separate tiers. Sharks have eaten the fucking cable at the bottom
What
of
are
the
we
ocean.
talking?
and then
Mistress
goes to
Zine
shit.
and
Oh,
No,
this is
I know,
the cable
IRL.
between. Yeah,
oh.
Literally just randomly a
the
shark
underwater
that they fuck,
cable.
and then Vivi's fucked for a tier.
Wait, really? That's so fucked
Mhm.
up. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's 100%.
It's just like
Yeah.
there's nothing you can fucking do about it. It
Oh
happens.
yeah, that's fried for sure.
What?
That's pretty ridiculous.
Because I'm pretty sure it fucks up the people playing PoE as well, right? Like they're playing on the Australian server
I'm blogging.
from
I
like
got told
Singapore and shit. It
Mm.
ruins them. They can't
Oh
play
yeah,
it
of course,
because
you'd be fucked because it's
Yeah.
massive spikes at that point. Like he
Dude,
will
didn't
just
they
exceed
add
shit.
NZ?
Yeah, I got
to-
told to join NZ servers.
There's
what I got told to do.
there's an
Auckland's.
Auckland server.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got told to like type Auckland's NZ or some shit in to
Yeah.
join that instead of playing on Aussie, and it's like a bit more ping, but it's
Dude,
much more stable.
NZ Cam.
I've always
he's
played
gonna
the
have to
Ocean
change
anytime.
his name to
Australia.
AU Cam.
Oh, you're not
What was
wrong,
that?
Peter.
What was that?
Stupid fucking Cam going to Australia. What an idiot.
is Cam actually moving?
Yeah,
Yeah, what-
he's coming,
dude, what
dude.
kind of
Come
fuck-
and meet me in Melbourne.
I
Dude, what kind of
discovered
idiot
Cam.
goes
Thank
to
you.
Australia?
Discovered Cam.
Which cam's that?
NZ Cam.
Oh,
What do you
He
mean
was
you
such a good boy. Then he went to Honestly, and then he became a criminal. Hate
Did
to
he?
see it.
That's
What are you
and he
talking
did
about?
his garden and then he sold
Dude,
his
Cam never did any real money trading until what anyone says.
Yeah.
is it true that
What-
I'm genuine? Is it true that I'm like actually the only person that's been unbanned for RMT? Is like
Maybe.
Well, I mean, did you
Um,
just
That's
admit
very
to doing
surprising.
RMT?
no. I'm just saying I got banned from RMT and then got unbanned. So
Well, I mean, we got banned
Because
for
you
it, we
didn't do it,
get
right?
if we didn't get
banned
unbanned, you guys must have
from
been guilty. That's just the
Oh,
realistic.
no,
Not
I
a.
don't
How
think
did
that's
what?
true.
What was like?
Oh.
Did you guys immediately go and make all the characters after that happened? Like right away, you're like, "Fuck this."
We
We
let's go.
had like a day of discussion and then we
Yeah.
met.
The ban happened the Tuesday, so like midday Tuesday, and then I think most of us were 120 again Wednesday, and then we raided that week. So I
Holy
mean,
shit!
honestly, the bans did literally nothing.
And we did 8 out of 9. Like we
yeah,
didn't
we
kill-
missed Cahoon. That was it. That was the only thing we
we
didn't.
didn't give a shit about.
I think the weirdest thing about your situation, Niles, is they banned you. You opened a ticket. They closed
I
your
opened
ticket.
heaps of tickets. I
Wouldn't
opened
let
heaps
you
of
reopen
tickets.
the ticket,
Yeah,
and then
I
they
opened-
unbanned you afterwards. Like what?
I think it was genuinely about 10 to 15 tickets, emails, whatever. Just copy paste responses. There was even one where it's like I said, "Hey, can you guys like stop just giving me copy paste responses and reply?" And then the reply was, "No, these aren't copy paste responses." And underneath that was literally a copy.
Dude, I have had
Dear
some
at T.
violent fuck.
And then I was like, "Can you at least fucking tell me what's like what I've done?" Because I didn't even know what it was for. It was just simply just RMT when I try to log in, and that's it. And then tried 15, 20 fucking tickets later.
Hey man, I had to ticket about 8 times to get a real figure out what I got
Real
banned
response.
for. And I
Yeah,
got banned
well,
for
I still
6
don't.
Yeah, and then I had to go to Reddit, talk to the Reddit cunt, and then
What
he
the
was like,
modding?
"Oh yeah, you got banned for account sharing. How do you get a 6-month ban for account sharing?"
Well,
Yeah.
that was on fucking KJ, wasn't it?
Oh, that was the
Yeah.
ban before. Yeah.
Yeah, because Peter got a 6-month ban. Myself, Waller, and someone else got a 3-day ban. They got overturned like
3
8
days?
hours later.
Yeah.
They got overturned. Like they just did some fucking autistic shit. And the
I
funniest thing
essentially-
is, it happened the week
Yeah.
after I piloted Galapes Paladin on KJ.
Yeah.
I essentially
the
woke up the next day. So the last email I sent was like, like I really want to pursue this. Like I really want you guys to look into it again. They're essentially like, no, there's no chance I'm going to look into it. This ban is not going to be overturned. Wake up in the morning, getting ready for work. It's like, oh, I'm banned now. Check my email. It's like the most half-assed fucking sorry. But it was just like, yeah, it was pretty pathetic for sure. It was definitely like, yeah.
The GM's now outsourced to a country that doesn't even speak English. Oh, it's you
Wouldn't
can't
surprise
ticket
me.
anything.
Would
I
not
fucking
surprise me.
love. I put in a ticket like
It's
3 or 4
so
months
funny.
ago. You have to give it. You have to give the date, the time of the incident, blah blah blah, and the ticket information. Now we're back and forth between 3 GMs who were asking me when it was happening, and I went off at them because they just didn't read the fucking ticket date. And then one of
Yeah.
them, giving me like a free pet because they apologized for the GMs being autistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like a
that's
fucking hilarious.
telecommunications call where they ask all your details and put you on hold and ask again. when
Do you
the next-
remember
yeah,
the
it's fucking
old?
pathetic.
Yeah.
Do you remember what that old GMs used to do? You'd petition them, and they'd do the whole thing where they, poof, a bit of dust appears before your eyes, and a man walks out of the shadows. Hi, I'm GM
Yeah.
Jeff. How can I help you? And you're like, oh,
Jeff.
fuck
Shit
off,
was
just
fire,
Give me the
dude. That was
fucking item, goddamn it! Like, it's off.
That's
I
how
remember
you
they
work,
used to,
dude.
and they used to
The
appear
good
in
old days,
person as
dude.
well. The characters they'd be like a shadow priest or something, like a level 100 shadow priest, and just appear in front of you and talk to you. Good
Mm.
times. Good
When they
times.
check, I remember just like fucking, I don't know, herbing or something, and GM just pops up next to you. It's like, hey, what are you doing? Herbing? Like, like, oh, I just sort of check
'Cause
up
I-
on you, sort of thing, and then just fucks off. It's like,
That
what the
was
fuck?
sick,
I
dude.
remember-
That was awesome. I loved it.
Yeah,
in
checking you
vanilla,
for bot shit.
there was a bunch of us PvPing, and we're camping that boat in Menethil Harbor, the one that doesn't move, and it would bug the guards out, so no one could actually, none of the guards could kill us. And when people would land off the bird, you'd kill them right away. So a GM appeared next to us and was like, "You guys need to get off. You're exploiting." And the guy in my guild was like, "Nah, fuck off, cunt. We're gonna keep doing it." And he instantly got disconnected and got a week ban for it. So it was like, "Oh, it is okay."
Fucking
Yeah,
heavy
righto.
hands.
Yeah.
The guy was definitely like, fuck this guy, man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna teach him a
He
lesson.
wasn't having it, man.
Yeah, for sure.
BlackRock was wild. Yeah.
GM asked me for my password in vanilla.
That's my best
GM, bro.
asking me to,
I
me
think
to
he's
log
retarded.
in.
I don't recall that happening.
GM_Blizzard_GM. Hello,
Please log
sir.
into this website, yeah.
Do you guys still get the emails and shit as well?
No, I haven't.
Nah,
I've
not
got
in a
one
I
of
while.
think
those.
I got emails. Yeah.
I still get them all the time, hey, and I'm just like, this is fucking bullshit.
I use Hotmail. I swear it has the
So do I.
shittiest junk mail filter of fucking all time.
I
Dude.
didn't know Hotmail still existed, to be honest.
No, yeah,
I thought that was like, yeah, Gmail's the way to go for sure.
My
Remember
Gmail got
Gmail?
hacked, so I went back to Hotmail. So I'm just stuck with Hotmail.
Oh, fuck.
So Gmail is shit for me.
No good, no bueno.
No fucking.
What do we reckon? Are we
way.
excited for Ashara? Are we keen?
Wow.
Yes, dude, 8.2 is going to be awesome.
You genuinely think 8.2 is going to be awesome, or are you just
dude, I
hoping?
think 8.2 is going to be.
It's
I'm
essentially a
excited.
last fucking chance for them, though. Honestly, I think if they fuck 8.2 up there, they're
They're in trouble.
Rough. It would be rough.
I feel like Essence is going to add a lot of depth, but if the raid's going to be difficult enough to be tuned around using those is yet to be seen. Because from everything I'm hearing, it's another one boss raid.
Most tiers are, unfortunately. Like, fucking Argus and Taurus was. KJ
Taurus was a
wasn't because of Avatar.
fantastic year, though. I reckon it was great. I loved
Wasn't bad,
Taurus.
but
I actually had a good time.
Wasn't didn't Tomb have like 3 separate bosses that were kind of like checks for
nah.
Dude,
Oh,
Argus was
too.
fun.
Mistress
Dude,
was-
Raz on
Mistress was a
Argus.
problem for some
Mistress,
fucking
yeah.
apes, but
Argus
Yeah.
had so many memes, dude. Mistress was great.
I loved Nighthold though. Nighthold was my favorite of Legion for sure. Like
Nighthold was actually good.
Emerald Nightmare encounter wise was great. It was just far too easy. That was the problem, right? But the actual
Emerald
encounters
Nightmare?
themselves.
Oh man, Emerald Nightmare was
Was that like an
Zaff
8
and
hours?
Argus
hours
had
was
so many
cleaning, right?
memes to do.
Dude,
So,
Emerald Nightmare made me want to quit this fucking game so
it was
much.
so
Really?
it was such a
Really?
joke,
It's
dude.
just, it's
Too
just
easy.
like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just it's so disheartening. Like,
Dude, remember me using bugged braces and doing
oh
like
yeah,
4
dude,
times
fucking
everyone
crash
else's
multiplier,
damage?
fucking GG Blizzard. I don't know. It's
75%
like
trash.
when you play the game specifically for rating only because the rest of the
Yeah.
game is shit, and then it comes out and it's just that kind of
Take
bad.
my money.
It's like fuck me. What's the point?
I'm genuinely surprised though that you actually dislike Mythic Plus that much. Like did you do
I like Mythic Plus. I
yeah,
should
no,
do
but
it.
also Blueprint. Blueprint was saying that he hates
That's
that
it.
you hate it.
I said
I
I
mean,
wanted
its
it
last
set to
expansion's
change
decent,
my
but-
MDI
Yeah.
to
Yeah. Well, I mean, did you do challenge modes and stuff like that? Was that okay?
Yeah,
Or
I did challenge modes. I didn't do them like until later on, just because I don't play for cosmetic shit. Like for me, if something doesn't benefit rating, I kind of don't see any
any
necessary
point? Yeah. Okay.
reason. So I did
But
challenge.
Mythic Plus probably benefits
Uh,
you more than challenge modes did, though, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. But it's
Yeah.
like, in turn, the problem is more so, these expansions than any previous is you go into the subsequent prog tier with gear higher level than heroic.
Yeah.
Already, Next tier will be 430 for heroic. By the time we start mythic, our average radar level will be 432, 433.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
like there's no necessity on the gearing curve or anything like
It's
that.
just
'cause
hunting
it's-
TF essentially at that point, right? You
yeah,
just-
precisely, and it's which is a huge fucking problem.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure. But the problem as well is the fact that you can get to heroic item level before the fucking raid even. You know what I mean? Before
Oh
you,
yeah, it's like
that's the problem as well. So
the eye level increases between tiers aren't enough. Like if you bump the tiers by 50 eye levels, because I mean, no matter what you do, the previous tier is obsolete regardless. There's no natural progression curve you need to go through again.
no saving that.
You go 0 to 100 right away. So you may as well make a larger jump because you're just gonna fucking squish anyway. It's what they do. So there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Do you think
No,
they'll do another?
I mean, I'd still rather like have a previous tier sort of relatively useful. Like I didn't
Well,
really.
In Legion,
hard
they
to
had
say.
that for a little while, right, with the tier sets, and then they just kind of nerfed them a little bit, and then they nerfed
Yeah,
them.
but it was just
completely.
people hunting 2 pieces, or
Yeah,
maybe they
Yeah.
did.
But they were very
you had
good, though.
Trinkets, man. Trinkets.
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
See, that
but-
kind of thing's at least interesting. Like having a
That was
2-piece
good,
that
man, that was good.
maintains between tiers was
Yeah.
great.
That you
Yeah.
had to like get a
Yeah,
Titan
yeah.
Forge job as well, so you could like farm it while you were
Yeah.
bored.
Yeah, I mean, like I used my 2-piece from Tomb for all of Antor's farm.
Do you
Mm,
remember
Because it's
that
just like
Titan
even
Forged
dropping 30
owl?
levels in each is
Yeah, the owls, dude.
Like 255 owl.
Oh, the medallion.
Yeah.
I wasn't even ranged. I knew how good that was for people.
Yeah.
People
that
fighting over
was
that
a
shit.
Bicky
The Lace
trinket for
Priest
sure.
owl, boy. That's up.
That little purple cunt.
I thought you were talking Tarnished Sentinel Medallion.
That's what I
from
thought. Yeah.
Sisters of the
Yeah,
Moon.
dude.
Yeah. What were you talking about? What were you talking about that?
That's the only one that looks like a fucking owl.
Off the cat boss,
Look.
man. Off the cat boss.
Pumps is about to make a trinket up right now.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
that's
Of the
good.
cat boss. Which one's the cat boss?
Yeah, in the KJ, what's it called? Tomb.
yeah.
Oh, two. Yeah.
Sisters.
Oh, the cat
Yeah,
boss.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, it
actually
is that
wrote
one,
the cat
yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got it. Yeah.
That's good, man.
No.
Do I have permission to link shit?
The Owl Destroy
Yeah, man.
Guild.
Yeah, drop it in.
Yeah, the Owl Destroy Guilds for sure, dude.
Owl destroyed kills, you reckon? More
And
so than the
plus
the
two.
legendary
Are you
back in
gonna-
the day?
Are you gonna put that
Yeah,
clip on
I think
stream?
so, dude.
Idris?
I
Hey, the
remember
clip.
Nibran with these trash
Yeah.
legendary. Are you gonna watch it on stream?
Does
I
everybody
wouldn't
want to watch it?
I wouldn't watch the
It's
clip
30
I linked on
seconds.
stream. I wouldn't.
crap.
It's your decision.
You wouldn't watch it on stream?
No.
Oh,
Don't do
okay.
it, Idris.
Coming-
It ain't
coming
worth it.
from
Every
you.
land he has no filter.
Coming
It's,
from
it's
you.
Quinn though.
Oh,
It's Quinn.
Quinn on Twitch, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Hey,
watch it
you're
on
in
stream
the
at your own
stream, so-
fucking.
At your own discretion.
Yeah, watch it at your own risk.
Wait, give me a second. Or you guys keep talking. Give me a sec. Let me have a gandy at this.
He's gonna squeeze through it
Oh,
real quick once.
yeah, I probably wouldn't watch
Yeah,
it
you don't
on
wanna say
stream
that.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's you don't want to do that one.
I probably
Let's
wouldn't
have a
watch
quick
that.
scan.
Yeah.
I wanna.
Yeah,
I think
I
everybody.
Did I fucking turn beside me? Callie's watching one of Cuddle's things where he talked about how he's
Yeah.
good enough to be in honestly and fucking.
Rank 1 IO Oceanic
Yeah, dude, what
Demon
kind of
Hunter.
fucking retard says that shit and thinks it's relevant?
It's powerful, dude.
Oh, Blueprint,
on,
you're a cunt. Holy shit, you're such a
Jesus.
piece of shit.
Yeah, that's not a stream clip.
Let's just watch
That
that.
ain't a stream. That ain't a stream clip.
Oh, fucking
Oh,
hell,
that's
dude.
fucking gold though. Like that is. Shit. That's a big yikes for sure.
Jesus.
Called out, Seth. You've been called out by
But I don't have a fucking cam repeater.
I don't know what you can do, dude.
I should have gone and bought one
not
specifically for
being
the stream.
rank 1 for your spec for
It's
raiding.
you following him. Oh, you were following him around, dude.
Jesus Christ, that's a really bad clip.
It's
Oh,
not
it's-
great. It's not great.
That's a good
The
clip.
laughing's just a fake to it. Sorry, I interrupted. I think you were talking about something. I was still
Nah,
watching the
dude.
clip.
We were just being toxic, I think.
Fucking hell, dude.
Blueprint's a keyboard warrior.
I keyboard paladin, man. I haven't played a warrior in a long time.
That's true, dude. I'm so glad Paladin is good.
Lad-
do we-
So I fucking chop my fucking nuts off for goes being garbage and Demon Hunter sucks too.
imagine it. Yeah, imagine if it was
Are you
Dude,
gonna?
if I had to roll flavor of the month class, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I could
Imagine if
fucking
you
do it.
had to play Double Brewmaster.
I'd fucking. I don't know if I could. I'd
What?
fail.
Yeah. What happens if Pally is super shit and same with Demon Hunter?
That's just pretty insane,
fucking
dude.
Straight to
like,
Warlock, dude, right?
Dude, I fucking wish. Now, if the classes genuinely become that bad, I'll do another tank. But it's just, it's
You're
really
gonna
hard.
push through it as much as
It's
possible.
really hard to fucking justify doing it in a game that you don't enjoy a lot of.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
You also got to
mean-
do
I
the
mean-
the neck grind as well, right? Like it's gonna go to
no,
what's it
on
getting
the-
unlocked to?
Grind's
80?
okay,
The net
nothing
grind's
but-
fucking chill, man. The net grind's nothing. You want a bad net grind? Go fucking 35 week one. Hell yeah, that was a net
Yeah,
grind.
hell yeah, was
This shit
great.
is
dude.
nothing.
Helix hell yeah video when? dude?
when he re-uploads it, tell him
For
to
a
get it
good
back.
fucking hour, man. He's on that fucking video.
All right, boys, he's here in the
Is
chat.
it
He's
unlisted?
I'm
Please
alright.
watch it.
Is this
had
something
that
that
issue.
Wait, how long is
Nice.
this clip? How long
It's
is
like
this
12
clip?
minutes.
Oh,
It's fucking
no.
12 and a half
It's
minutes.
hell
It's only
yeah,
a
what
kill
an
vid, dude.
awesome
Maybe we can
monster.
just squeeze past it.
Alright,
real quick.
alright,
Maybe
I'll
we
do my
can-
best.
Yeah, watch this fucking machine click his fucking cubes.
A good fucking laugh.
We'll get
Just-
some
wait, but
nerd
where was the
streams
point where
in,
you
dude.
caught
Like,
him doing it and said,
what
"Oh,
do
he
you mean
wants
caught
to
him do it? It was the whole
When he
video.
joined
dude.
the guild.
Open the video and you're like, oh my god, what is this guy doing?
So everybody's like,
Dude,
"Oh,
do you
Helix
wanna
is
know
really
bad?
good," and then
Fucking
he posts a
Wolf
kill video
hasn't
up, and
used
everybody's just
mouse overs until this tier.
Yeah, maybe we'll just skip to
Yeah.
his last
Our
phase.
GM hasn't used mouse over macros until this tier.
so.
Wolfie,
He
dude.
clicked
what a
his heels on the
fucking
frames?
lord. Yeah, he clicked.
Wolfie's a fucking
Clicked on
machine.
the player, then cast the heel. Oh,
he clicked on
no.
the player in the actual raid, not on the frames.
Helix, the
Nah, I
priest in
can
the
do
Focus World
Nah.
Discord recommended I watched your video for Gahoon, and that was not pretty.
yeah.
It was it
That
was-
wasn't pretty.
You want Archimond or you want Hellia? Hellia was really good. I think Hellia was like the last phase of Hellia. That's good.
Look at this windowception
It's
live
like
on
it's like
stream.
2
Just fucking
minutes.
fire.
3
This is what happens.
minutes.
We gotta have unplanned
Behind the
YouTube
scenes.
videos.
yeah.
I gotta set it up
It's
on
actually
stream.
it's so
yeah,
shit to set
dude.
this stuff up though. I
Yeah,
respect you for doing this stuff. I would never be able to do it. It's such a pain in the ass.
it's a little annoying.
Yeah. Are you using slobs or do you use just regular Streamlabs?
I'm using slobs.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Link it up, Felix. Give us the Hellia last phase.
Yeah, we're waiting for the link. We're still waiting for it. How the fuck do I find it?
Helix, man, go get some
NZ cam.
fucking. Go get some Tinder slut messages and bring them into the stream, and we'll fucking
Me and
find you.
NZ Cam are gonna meet up in Melbourne, dude. We're gonna get Rob NZ Cam and we're gonna go
Priest.
to his guy.
But no. Oh shit.
Still waiting. He's got the whole fucking 120 people just sitting here waiting for him to link the clip. Jesus.
Get the whole
Fucking
Get the
humble
whole
brag on
honest-
120, Jesus.
You could, I don't know if you could get the whole honestly, Ross. but
Dude, if you
could
go to Mumble, you could. Discord's a fucking joke, though.
You guys use
Yeah.
Mumble still?
No, we don't anymore. Because
We
our
used to.
Mumble was haunted by a demon, so we
Yeah.
had to stop.
Wait, what do you mean by
Used to.
demon?
Randomly, when people would speak, their mic would go fucking nuts like something jumped out of it, and it happened to about 6 or 7 different people.
Really? Holy shit.
There has to be recordings of our demons and some of our kills. Primarily Doof.
Oh, for sure. Doof demons in like half the.
What the fuck is Helix doing? Come on, you stupid
He-
cunt.
Yeah, we're literally
Helix,
just sitting here on the
Helix,
edge, man, just
Helix.
waiting.
Give us the video. Hell,
Get
Come on,
Nibrid
man.
in call.
don't have
Dude, Nimbo's toxic. Don't get him in. He called this guy a dickhead one time and he never recovered from
Fucking hell.
Nibbo's part of the hazing duo in the guild. When people join the guild, they get hazed by me and him, or him and I.
Oh shit. Jeez, you crack a few with that for sure, hey?
It's kind of
You'd have
wholesome.
some
Oh,
though.
like,
early resignations.
It's usually like
Oh, is that
Oh,
the
it's
video,
links.
dude?
Is that
No,
it?
This is,
Is that it? Is that it?
this
Is
is
that it?
pubs.
Oh,
No,
Helix,
this is me.
mate,
No,
Helix
no,
has
no,
it.
you don't wanna watch
Helix
me.
has it.
You want Helix? You want Helix?
No,
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 Don't
yeah,
watch-
Helix linked it.
Yes, Helix.
Alright, so we're
Pop.
watching this, are we?
Helix Pop.
Yeah, mate, 10.5 minutes. Let's fucking go.
Fucking hell.
No. Do we watch the whole
Alright.
thing or do we? do we
Alright.
skip it?
What's the point that you?
Oh, the whole thing's awful.
Okay,
Whole thing
so
is
what,
awful.
what is
Roast
the,
me.
which part of it are we
Like
watching right now?
the raid frame. Oh,
Okay.
The clicking.
Let me give
But I
me
think you could probably just watch the end.
just the end.
Yeah, maybe just go to like 6 minutes to something when phase 3 starts roughly.
All right, this is going to be
Phase
difficult
Phase 3.
to maneuver. 'Cause my
Is it not
I
great?
believe. I
Dude,
believe.
the techniques
I
you can
believe-
turn up the sound, boys. Turn up the.
Fucking dream team.
Let's go to like
Playing
go
a
go
Qland
go to like
IRL.
go to like 7 minutes. I think
Go to 7 minutes. All right, wait.
Yeah,
Where are we?
that's
Let's
good.
switch this. To...
Mate, just fucking full screen it, and I'll give you another link to full screen afterwards.
Oh, video time's the best.
Wait,
boy.
I've got this.
Video time is good.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Easy.
Putting him on the spot for sure here, dude.
Best raid frames you've ever seen. My God.
What? You
Are
fuck.
they?
Is that a healer frame?
Yeah, that's a healer
Ah.
frame, man. Bottom top left.
Oh,
I like how he
you got the
moved.
frames. They're
like how he-
unlocked.
I like how he
Yeah,
moved
this
the
is
Hellion
Helix,
target
man,
frame
this
as
is-
well.
All right,
This
These
is
are
ready?
Helix.
unlocked. They're not even
You
locked
see-
in place, dude.
He's even got group 5, man. The people outside the group. Oh,
You're
yeah.
actually fucking filthy, Alex. Holy shit.
He's got the
What the
borders on,
fuck?
man.
You said
The
what
borders.
time? 7 minutes?
Hey, man, at least he's got colors. Mio doesn't even play with the player colors.
Progressive.
Mio
Whoa.
I
just
think
the
he. I think
worst.
he. I
They are,
saw
they're
him
great
die.
players too. Okay, don't.
Mio's the
Pull them out.
worst, dude. Helix redid his UI after Hellier and after Arc. Yeah.
I have a feeling. I think I know why he redid his frames after
We
Hellier.
need
Everybody
sound,
saw the
dude.
fucking
We need
clip,
sound?
dude.
Oh, maybe I need.
Nah, I don't know if you want sound.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that's
see, it was-
disgusting.
I'll give you a hint. Every single one of our kill videos has what you would consider a TOS violation in it at some point.
Yeah, I have to
Yeah,
mute
I've
in
caught a few
Vehemence
of
whenever we
those.
kill a boss. I have to hot fucking key that.
Do
Discord
you?
mute. Oh
Really?
yeah. I just hear
Ah.
Aaron Duck go,
Even better.
and I'm like, oh, gotta mute. Boom.
God,
just wait.
Hellier was such a fucking good
Is it-
boss.
Yeah,
Hellier
I've
was
heard
so
that.
good. You
I
got
didn't do it.
tech in
I did
You
it
got
one day
tech
before
making call-
CE was done, and it was just the biggest joke. It was just blast it. It was,
Dude,
It
It's-
was brutal on Prague. It was great.
Helix is just playing the game that Blizzard intended for us to play. They wanted
Look at
they
those
wanted us to
native
heal like
plays,
this.
too.
They wouldn't have put it there if they didn't want us to play like it. So
Look at the clicking. Look at
Curious,
the
Helix.
It's great.
This
I
is
respect
peak
that.
playing right now, okay?
This is not like a World 6. What did we get? World 6 or 8th or
I
something?
think we were
What was
eighth, right?
When Pumps
Fucking-
trolls you guys
Who got
tonight,
banned?
this is what you need.
this is
good.
incredible.
This is good. I could actually genuinely watch it like
That's actually so difficult to do. Like the fuck,
yeah.
your whole attention's gonna be focused to the left side of your screen when shit's going off.
Explains why I couldn't do fucking beams.
Even click that feather, no cursor macro.
Yikes.
Oh, it's so good. World 8th, boy.
And he clicked all the way through it. That's fucking gold.
Give
Have you
you a
got sound
hint.
going? I haven't.
This is
Yeah,
all that's
get some
fucking
sound,
needed
dude. Get
at
the
the
nerd
rated
screams
level.
at the end.
Oh Jesus.
This is how fucking retarded you can be in raid at this level.
Dude, World 8th nerd screams at the end. With. Oh, it's great.
I'm worried what's included in your
get much
nerd
better.
screams though. Very,
No,
very.
I don't
sucking
think
this,
it's
bro.
anything, right? Oh, maybe it is.
It's not.
Just get a beeper ready, Hendrix.
Oh, my mouse is on that mute, eh?
I think this is the one where Valjo sounds like he's coming, right? At the end where he screams.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, here it comes.
Is it on?
It's pretty low. Like it's full, but it's low on stream.
Jeez, close one. Oh, bad.
Listen to those screams.
Fucking Helix bark. Holy shit.
Bro, there's that fuck right at the end. Ah, fuck.
Points.
Dude, those nerd screams were garbage. You go watch our fetid nerd screams.
Fetid,
That's the most
yeah,
hype I've seen this
fetid
guild.
ones. Yeah,
A fucking
fetid ones.
Ebony Paul boss. I've never seen the guild lose its shit so much in my life.
Wait,
Nerd
which
Screams
was
is
boss?
great. I always loved watching a kill video when you're progging
Yeah.
on the boss and you're just about to
Our
get
fetid was.
and you don't kill the boss that night and you're like, fuck it, let's go watch a kill video, and you watch that kill video and you have the nerd screens at the end. You're like, fuck, I'm excited to do this.
I kind of felt like during Jaina, because we had so many like people coming in and out and like problems. The
It
time we
wasn't
killed it,
very-
man, it was like
yeah.
everyone was just so fucking done.
It was like a
just-
relief more than an excitement for sure.
We had
Yeah.
that ongoing. Just everyone was so over the boss.
Yeah,
Just
we
fucking-
killed
Yeah,
the Who.
shit,
Like,
it
oh,
was.
we
yeah.
just had, we had the fucking warlocks just being fire on. Everyone wanted to
Yeah.
fucking die every pool.
What was Fetid? Fetid was world third.
World fourth, I think. Third or fourth, one of the two.
Fucking hell, that's an effort.
We just had like Faded was all just a damage check, which we're usually pretty like competent at.
Dude, me and Steph always ranked one on pro by like so.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but
Fourth,
yeah,
yeah,
but-
maybe it was fourth. I think they could have.
I did see you running some defensive talents on your first what was it? One of the bosses you ran defensive talents on.
Not for sure.
No,
man.
I
We
ran
defensive with-
I ran fucking Seraphim on Una just because all the
I
damage was
ran
fucking
full
beam.
defensive.
Yeah.
'cause I was
What's the
doing
Fetid?
some- I was doing max HPS strat and I gapped HPS.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
it was
it was
fucking
better.
fire.
So
It would have been. I would have 100% been defensive on Fetid.
Fetid,
Yeah.
I might have run 50-50 on Fetid.
I mean, defensive talents, fucking traits. You just there's nothing defensive
There's-
about trait wise.
Well, I mean, what's properly Vanguard or whatever? Just-
fuck. I
What's
don't.
the Fetid screen?
I guess Vanguard is the
Whoever,
closest to
link it
defensive,
up.
but
Yeah.
Vanguard's also
I
best for
have-
DPS.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, yeah, it was sort of.
We can either have a
Back.
Frost DK Pov or a BM Hunter or Brewmaster.
Either
this
one. Either one.
Wait,
Just skip
is that
to
Oh,
you?
for Fetid,
15
whatever
seconds.
the screams are is good.
Does your video have screams? Because you have one.
Yeah,
Fetid.
mine has screams.
Alright,
Mine has
let's
screams.
go.
I don't know if they're-
Real.
But who wants
It
to watch
should be
tank
one, it should
POV
be one.
videos? Sorry, is that a
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Tank Pog,
The
God.
disrespect.
I
Tank
mean,
Pog
whatever.
videos.
You're just skipping to the last like 20 seconds.
Alright.
Be last like a minute. Robo's
Oh,
video
there's
is
Cam under that
hilarious.
voice.
Yeah, in RuneScape.
Robo's video is hilarious because he was
Well,
he was
why
just
do
like
you think
hitting
it's so many
training
epic
dummies
cuts
and
raised, though? Why
listening
can't
to
you
us in
just
mumble and
have
like
a
screaming and
eight
going
to
nuts.
12 p.m.
Why can't you do it
Is
any
it so-
time? Is it in
This
your
is
house?
last pool,
Okay.
last pool number 2.
Oh
Two
my
fucking
god.
Yawn
lord.
again,
Don't
yeah.
stop, keep
Yeah,
burning.
skip to like the last 30 seconds, maybe
Burn
we're
boss,
back.
just
Yeah.
burn boss.
Alright, yeah, no, turn your shit.
Just burn boss. Go
Keep
across.
on him, keep
Don't
on
worry
him.
about debuffs. Just burn him.
Burn, 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 burn.
Someone money yelled Hodded. I don't know who yelled.
Why was
It's so funny. It's so
Not
high.
bad, not bad.
Fucking pull boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yikes.
dude. World third boy.
Who yelled
Was that-
Hodded?
Was that so exciting?
I don't know who yelled Hodded. That's just
I think it was the ranking. Like we were like an hour and a half overtime, and it was like a super close kill. Like another fucking second and a bit, boss would have healed, would have been wiped. That kind of. So I think
Yeah.
that's why it was so high.
Super
The
tight,
rage
yeah.
on Fetid at the start was so tight. It was
Yeah, Killbuild's like this for sure, hype for rank, definitely. And then you get in and just the disappointment's very fucking severe, dude.
Oh fuck yeah!
Yeah. Where he ran healing. You ran healing as right on Jaina?
Yeah, I ran double Grace just because I didn't have triple.
Yeah.
Did I put my warrior? I did, right?
You played your warrior. No, you switched monk at the end, didn't you? I
No,
think you
I'm
played-
pretty sure I played warrior. In the
No,
end.
that's right. You started monk, didn't you? And then
Started
switched
some
to
extra
monk and I
DPS or
switched to
something,
warrior.
or-
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
run
I wanted,
Seraphim.
I wanted the deeps, and I was like, warrior would be nuts.
Mm.
Do you ever run Seraphim?
Yeah, for
on
sure.
certain bosses on prog. I ran on Unat prog, not on Cabal, just because like it's if there's magic damage or if there's scary points of magic damage, Seraphim's better because Shield of the Righteous is fucking good. But it's fight dependent. Like if you can have predictable damage windows that line up well, Seraphim really shines, that kind of shit. But it's one every fucking 12, 15 bosses where it happens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you have all the tanks basically ready for 8.2, or are you watching the PTR and seeing what
Pumps.
people are using? Or
Peter will 100%. He always does, and I just have Power and Demon Hunter. If there's shit,
Yeah, I've
then
got all
fucking
the tanks. Yeah.
And Warlock.
I'm
I got
multi-class god, dude. I have every class, every spec, 120. It's like 420 or 410 plus.
Fire.
Yeah, gearing so fucking chill now.
yeah,
Yeah.
I started my monk last Tuesday and I'm 418 eye level already.
Dude, what
so-
day is it?
fucking
It's like
hell.
Thursday or
Ridiculous.
Friday. I've already finished.
Yeah,
all
it helps
my-
when you just take it through fucking Mythic and shit like that.
Yeah.
GM fucking privilege over here. Just taking advantage over
When-
to the maximum. Just
raid leader.
When-
guys,
when's your
guys,
next-
I really need.
When is your next
Yeah,
mythic
sorry,
alt
raid
round,
leader.
Tim?
Yeah, you guys did a decent
Sunday.
one, didn't you?
I need one.
Yeah,
The
we
first
did,
two
we did,
classes.
we did, we
People
did
trying to get their
5.
fucking 385 ults into mythic and just get the first 3 and fucking.
Yeah, well, I didn't realize how bad some of the gear was until we finished the raid, and I was like, "What the? Why do you have a
Dude, I'm
360
playing
chest
my
on?"
disgrace. So I need to do some alt boss.
When's
feel
the
like-
honestly all clear?
We do
splits.
clear.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do
they do
splits
splits.
every week.
Yeah,
We
fucking
clear 2
yeah.
9 out of 9s and
Yeah, the first 9 out of the 9 always spends 4.5 hours on Jaina, and the second
black
one.
group.
Yeah, dude, we have fucking white and black group. Contrary to popular
Yeah.
belief, white group is the shit one.
Yeah, black group
Touchy,
actually
dude.
slams. It's great. Black group is the best group, dude. It kills Jaina one shot. White group 90 minutes on PG.
Yeah, it's nuts, right?
So is that ults versus mains?
No, no, they're
it's
both
like
they're
split.
both
They're just separate
splits,
teams,
like,
right?
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
Yeah.
half
Forces-
main,
both
half
groups
alt.
are like 417-ish average eye levels. They're both violently overgeared. It's just for
Yeah.
some reason people decide, fuck it, I'll be garbage this time.
So
Oh.
on the point of splits, on the new season Azerite, they're just bumping the value of all the Azerite up to like 47,000 for a piece or some shit. Do you think? Do you think that's a better way of handling people not hoarding or trying to avoid split runs, or do you think they should introduce something like a new currency?
They should introduce a new currency.
They
'Cause
should.
the problem is,
yeah,
right?
100%.
If you look at the players in Method who are doing full class stack heroic splits each week, they will have enough to buy 2 mythic pieces by week 1 mythic, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
it's
holy
not
shit.
fun, dude. Just have a
47,000
new
on paper
currency.
seems like a
Yeah.
lot, but
It's
it's really not when you could easily be pumping 6-7k.
My warrior had 20k the other week, dude. And
Do
I
you-
was
do
like, oh,
you-
I dropped 10k on Fury.
Are they? How much did you say they're farming each week?
They could easily be getting like 6 or 7k a week.
Really?
Oh fuck yeah! If you do like a full stack armor class split,
Mm.
and then like the mythic pieces give what 330 each.
300 each.
Yeah, it adds up so quick. If you have
Yeah.
28 people funneling
But
you
it's
shit in
just
heroic, like
time
holy fuck.
investment
It's
wise.
super
that's-
Oh
time.
yeah, of course. Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's
5
that's
splits
the
on
problem,
time,
right?
Yeah,
That's the
like,
fucked up thing with the super high end method, rating shit. It's not just
I mean,
you
you
take 2
can't
weeks
compete.
off work for world first.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
compete. How do you genuinely like?
Yeah, you
First of all, they're
don't.
putting in what 12, 14-hour days. What are they putting in? Like
They
on the actual
rate
release?
usually like 14 hours of actual
Yeah.
rating a day, about 6
Oh,
hours.
Prox,
of
that's a
time,
good suggestion that Prox had. That they should need to make it so traded Azerite doesn't give Residium.
For sure.
I mean, that's it. That's an easy fix, but
That
yeah.
is, yeah.
Prox is the weirdest old man I've ever met.
Oh yeah, dude, Prox is fucking dirty,
He's
oh
so
mate.
great.
Prox hates to hear it.
I wish he didn't stand in so many mechanics, but stood in less mechanics, he'd be great. But he's old. So at least you get the memes.
Unfortunately, we do have to wrap it up here because Nilesy does have to go, I believe.
Oh, you're blaming me, throwing me.
No,
under
no,
the
no,
bus,
no.
dude, holy fuck!
He's
And
second
I
in
know,
this here, man. Give it a
Timbo,
break,
you've got a time slot too, don't you, Timbo?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I
I
missed
see.
these back.
And I'm literally paralytic right now with whatever the fuck is in me. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I'm dying, so I need to go to sleep. But
Heroic cause time.
all right, let's do
I
it.
want to go
I'm
out.
playing the disc priest.
Are we
Let's
playing
do it.
Dota? What the fuck?
Are we playing around the Dota? Oh no, your missus won't let you. Sorry.
No.
Uh-huh.
We had a great time tonight. Actually, it's real chill. Actually, it was really nice.
Yeah, man.
It
Thank you
was-
so much,
it was
Pumps
very
and
chill.
Blueprint, for
I
being on.
think Pumps drank as much as all of
I
us
think-
combined.
Bro, Pumps already partied before we got on here.
Dude, when I walked in the
This was the
bathroom, I was like,
kick-ons.
oh no.
Fuck,
It
dude.
was like,
Oh,
when
no.
you get up, you realize how drunk you are.
Then I took a shit in the
You-
sink and
He had a convo with the cat in the bathroom.
Hey man, I'm ready to play a disc priest. So let's
Oh fuck! All right, well, thank you very much, boys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Hope you
Yes,
had a
right,
sick
boys. It was
one.
nice chatting with you.
get a cam and come back on.
Yeah,
Blueprint.
come back.
Okay, I'll make you a deal.
Get
right?
a cam and stream
If you-
next to you up.
If you get
I
a
will
kid,
get a
stream next.
do this again.
Wait, let the man
with
speak.
it on my anus the entire time.
What was that?
If you let the camera sit on my anus the entire time, I will get a camera. For
Is
it.
it-
All
if
right,
it
we'll-
doesn't
we'll
look
figure
like
out
an
a way
anus,
so
though.
nobody can make it out as
Yeah.
I got
a
hemorrhoids and shit.
Anus
too.
Alright,
up,
perfect.
Dude, anus up.
Exactly.
So you can see
New
your-
emote just for that episode. All right, have a sick one. Peace.
Peace
Yeah.
out.